Samar Gajjar chipped in to destroy the heroes. A massive 54-run win took the Royals to the top of the table. Later in the day, Tarang Gohel's magnificent 84 propelled Sorath Lions to 154 against the Kutch Warriors. Harvik Desai and Krishnakant Pathak gave the Warriors a solid start, with both of them scoring half-centuries. However, 3 quick wickets by Sonu Batham brought the Sorath Lions back in the game. In a seesaw battle, the Lions finally prevailed by 14 runs as the crowd enjoyed a perfect Sunday treat in the Parimatch News Saurashtra Premier League Season 2.
सौराष्ट्र के इन मैदानों में इस जंग के ऐलानों में हर तरफ यहाँ अब शोर चले देखेंगे किसका जोर चले जोर चले और युद्ध यहाँ घनघोर चले हर तरफ यहाँ अब शोर चले सौराष्ट्र में किसका जोर चले
Day 5 at Parimatch News presents Saurashtra Premier League Season 2. The stage is set. The boys have arrived at the SCA Stadium in Rajkot. A pleasant, cool evening right here. After a thrilling, exciting Super Sunday, it's now time to take your Monday blues away. And I'm sure it's going to happen because this is going to be an interesting encounter between the Gohilwad Gladiators and the Sorath Lions. Hello everyone and a warm welcome to each and every one of you to Parimatch News presents Saurashtra Premier League Season 2. This is Madonna Tixara and along with me is a former cricketer Pragyan Ojha. Hey Pragyan.
Hi.
Well, Pragyan, what a phenomenal Sunday we had. First, the Zalawad Royals won by 54 runs against the Halar heroes, and that too defending a total as low as 134. But it was made possible by Samar Gajjar, an all-round performance by him. 26 runs when the team needed it the most and 2 wickets. Please talk us through it.
Samar Gajjar, I think he actually showed what a young talent can do, and especially when you are a spinner and playing in these kind of wickets where it's not helping you much. I think he was very confident about his abilities, and the way he bowled, picked up those important wickets, 2 wickets, and then the way he batted. It shows that he has clarity, and maybe his captain has given him that license to go after the bowlers. And 2 things you can get. One, fearless cricket. The other thing, he was carrying that responsibility of his team. So he was balancing things out.
Absolutely, and also a vital contribution came in from Chetan Sakaria just in 2 overs, 3 wickets at an economy as low as 1.05. The Sakaria that we all were searching for is back, right Pragyan?
Sakaria was always there, but the most important thing is, you know, that last column, wickets, that's what it defines you. And the way he bowled, I'm sure he was bowling really well. He was practicing since a couple of months with his franchise team in IPL, and then after that he came here. This is where he did everything. He made a name for himself, and then when his team wanted him to deliver, in that 1 over, he took 3 important wickets and changed the course of the game.
Yes, and in the second match, it was the Kutch Warriors who looked like they were in control of the game almost 60% of the match. But Chirag Jani led the Lions so superbly well towards victory, and not forgetting about Tarang Gohil.
Yeah, I think they batted really well when the openers were playing for Kutch Warriors. I thought, all of us thought that it's going to be an easy game out.
True.
Maybe by 14th or 15th over, the game is going to get over. But as they say, I think Chirag Jani and his team played like lions, and the way these guys got the game out of that situation, it shows that they have so much confidence in each other because they are a young side. And as a leader, I was just talking to Chirag Jani. He was trying to ask me, like, what are the things that he can do as a leader and as a batsman and as a bowler? What are the things that will help him grow? And that's a great thing, you know, someone like him talking about cricket and trying to analyze things. I feel he's got a lot of responsibilities. With that, he's letting his players open out and flourish.
And he's doing a phenomenal job, I must say.
Yes, indeed.
Well, will the Lions roar today? Let's take a look at the points table. Okay. It is the Zalawad Royals who are on top of the points table with 0.949 and 4 points. And then it is the Gohilwad Gladiators versus the Sorath Lions today. Both have 2 points each. So getting 2 more points will be very important. How important is this match for them?
I think slightly the Gladiators have advantage because they have just played one game. They've won it. But for Sorath Lions, they've played 2 games. But the way they won last night, I think they've got some momentum. Yes, the net run rate is important, but the most important thing is you have to win games. And for Sorath, the momentum that they have got, they have to just carry it. They don't have to think about who they are playing against, what are your challenges. Yes, that every team faces, but after winning that game, especially last night, everybody actually thought that they're out of the game, but they believed. So only one word I would say, anybody that they're playing this format, believe in yourself.
Of course, it is mind over matter. And tonight it's going to be the Gohilwad Gladiators versus the Sorath Lions. Who are the key players, Pragyan, according to you, in this team?
I think for Gladiators, it will definitely be someone like the captain, Jaydev Unadkar. Then they have got Rakshan Mehta, who contributed really well. And the boy, this guy, spinner, Yuvraj, he got those important wickets. Yes. You know, when you look at the tally, then you see most of the bowlers, they pick wickets. But when you analyze deep, you see which bowler at what point got those wickets, and Yuvraj got those 3 important wickets because of which the game changed.
Yes, getting the key batters, the main batters in the beginning is very, very important, and that's what he did. We'll talk all about it and more. You guys stay tuned, but right now we'll head towards the pitch for the pitch report led by Sabah Karim.
Good evening. It is warm and sunny in Rajkot. But as the night approaches and the sky is lit up with bright stars, there is a cool breeze that gently blows across the stadium. And I will keep this in mind when I assess the wicket. This is the track that was used on day 2. There is no freshness at all on this surface. Is there any wear and tear? Little bit. I do see some visible cracks that have appeared so far, although the curator had enough time to replenish it and prepare it. It remains a true surface for batters. It is good if you're trying to back yourself to play those shots either in front of the wicket or square of the wicket. For the spinners, because of these cracks, if they're able to pitch in these areas, there are some brittle cracks here and there, then they may get some assistance. But for the pace bowlers, as I said, because the cool breeze that drafts in later in the evening, there may be some movement in the air, especially with a white new ball. And the captain, the 2 captains at the toss, they should keep this in mind when they make the decision at the time of toss.
All right, after the pitch report, we will now quickly head towards the toss where Charu awaits with the captains of the team.
It's day 5. We're halfway through the Parimatch news. Saurashtra Premier League Season 2. It gets a little trickier from here. To my left, the captains of the 2 teams from Sorath Lions, Chirag Jani. And to his left, skipper of the Gohilwad Gladiators, Jaydev Unadkar. And to their left, our match referee, familiar face, Mr. Altaf Merchant. Jaydev, you have the coin. Chirag, your call. Heads is the call.
And it's heads.
Heads it is. Chirag, congratulations on winning the toss. First things first, what are you going to do?
We will go for bat first.
Okay, it's getting very tricky from now on. You guys are living dangerously. Yesterday, a fabulous win, but that starting partnership must have troubled you quite a bit. So how's the bowling looking at the top?
सर हमने लास्ट मैच में टीम ने बहुत अच्छा एफर्ट किया. हमने लास्ट तक मैच नहीं छोड़ा. आई होप कि इस मैच में भी हम कंटिन्यू करें.
आपने खुद बहुत बढ़िया बॉलिंग की, स्पेशली टुवर्ड्स द एंड, लेकिन प्रेशर बहुत था.
जी ज़रूर था. 155 डिफेंड करना था. 90 पे फर्स्ट विकेट था और हमने बहुत ही अच्छा कमबैक किया. तो आई विल बी वेरी हैप्पी विथ दिस टीम.
अभी आंख टेबल पर है कि नहीं? 2 matches played, 1 match lost, 1 match won. This could be a tricky one.
सर अच्छा गेम खेलेंगे तो हम ज़रूर आगे खेलेंगे सर.
Okay, any changes in the team today?
Two changes, Satyajit Goyal inside and Chirag Pathak inside.
I hope you and your wicketkeeper do well again for you. Good luck.
Sir, thank you so much. Thank you.
Jaydev, do join us. Here you are, no luck with the toss today. So, happy to bowl first here?
Yeah, I don't mind. I think if the result remains the same as well, I lost the toss, won the game. I don't mind losing the toss again, winning the game.
Well, you're bowling really well. Monk is playing really well. So, of course, everything looks nice and balanced for you. One match played, 1-1, no pressure.
It does look balanced, to be honest. I think the way we came back, both with the ball at the end and then with the bat after not having a great power play, shows that the team has the balance, the team has character, and hopefully, we carry on the momentum that we got from the first game.
You know, things can get a little tricky here. I wonder what you're reading of the pitches, because you don't want them to get too big a score, do you?
Yeah, obviously not. I think I said 150 in the last game. I would still say the same. And, with the batting power that we have, we'll be able to chase it down for sure.
So far, so good for you. Of course, is it a different team today? Any changes?
We're playing the same team.
Good luck then.
Thank you.
Chirag Jani wins the toss for the Sorath Lions, and today he is happy to bat first.
Well, Chirag Jani has won the toss. Winning the toss in this tournament does not look like a luck factor. But right now, let's take a look at the lineup of the teams.
I think Gladiators look very confident. They haven't changed their team. But when you look at Sorath Lions, they have made a couple of changes. They've got Chirag Pathak in. He's a batsman.
All right.
And then they've got Satyajit Goyal. He's a leg spinner batsman. So I think Chirag Pathak, they were telling me that he's
महारथी जी, फैंटेसी अखाड़ा में विदेश जाने का भी चांस है. अब सुनो, हम आपको जाने देंगे. इतना सिखा दीजिए कि हम फौरन कैसे जाएंगे. फैंटेसी स्पोर्ट्स का असली अखाड़ा.
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व हैं और इसकी लत लग सकती है. कृपया जिम्मेदार.
But Satyajit will be, I feel, X factor, because a leg spinner in T20 format is something a captain really loves to have.
Yes, and a leg spinner, talking about a leg spinner. Well, will the Lions roar or will the Gladiators glow? Only time will tell, because it's match time. Over to the commentators.
Day 5, match number 6. We're coming to you live from the SCA Stadium here in Rajkot. It's the game between Gohilwad Gladiators and Sorath Lions in the Parimatch News Saurashtra Premier League Season 2. Sorath Lions winning the toss and deciding to bat first, and what an evening they had. On Sunday, they pulled off a heist and clawed their way back to register their first points. As we see Bhavish Patel and Shaukat Kauram making their way to the middle, they'll be the on-field umpires. The TV umpire will be Piyush Khakkar, and the match referee for this game, Altaf Merchant. We're almost towards the business end of the tournament. It's a very short tournament, let me tell you. So every match from here on is going to be an event and a must-win. Just the right time to introduce and welcome my co-commentator this evening, former India wicketkeeper batsman Sabah Karim.
Good evening, Mikhail. Wonderful setting here for the game which is about to begin. As the match starts, by that time one can feel the breeze blowing across the stadium. That does the player a world of good. And I can see the trend is changing. Now teams or captain that win the toss, they decide to bat first, and we saw that yesterday. One can understand the reason why Chirag Jani has decided to bat first. They're far more comfortable defending a score than trying to chase one.
Change in plans up front here for Sorath Lions. They have kept out Abrar Sheikh, who opened the innings last evening with Tarang Goyal, and they have brought in Chirag Pathak and Satyajit Goyal. So Karan and Abrar are missing out, and this means that we'll see a change in the opening combination here for Sorath Lions. And with the ball, it's the experience, the wily customer that we've known, Jaydev Unadkat, the skipper as well of Gohilwad Gladiators. They're sitting pretty at the top of the points table. Another win, Sabah will consolidate their position on the top and practically take their 1 foot across the finishing line as well.
Yes, but it is getting busy at the top. So the Royals are on top right now. Play 3, 1-2. The Gladiators 1 out of 1. And Sorath Lions, what an incredible victory for them yesterday. It seemed they were out from the competition, but they came back strongly and won the game against Kutch Warriors. And they were able to defend that paltry score very well. Chirag Jani bowled the last over. They were very precise and disciplined in their attack. and that is why they were able to come back. So they do have the firepower to secure a win here against Gladiators also. The Gladiators, a strong combination. That's Tarang Gohil, who's played a splendid knock yesterday. But the Gladiators led by Jaydev Unadkat, Prerak Mankad, Yuvraj Chudasama, some excellent players in the mix.
Opening the bowling is Jaydev Unadkat. Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for the countdown.
Someone who's not new to such situations. Very fine with economy. He's got some wickets to his credit as well. And we're all set for play to begin in match number 6 of this encounter here on this Monday evening at the SCA Stadium in Rajkot. It's Gohilwad Gladiators taking on the Sorath Lions as it's time for play. Immediately on target, Jaydev Unadkat. It's the first 6 overs that will be very important as far as the bowling side is concerned.
One has seen kind of a sedate power play in all the games so far, except for yesterday in the second encounter. They got off to such a wonderful start, although they lost their way and eventually the Kutch Warriors lost that match. But generally the players have been cautious. It remains to be seen what is the approach today from the Sorath Lions.
Just bowling those hard lengths. Sabah, how do you look at it? Tarang Gohil last evening got 80 odd runs, a few hours to just, and then come back once again for a match this evening.
You prepare for an occasion like this. It will test his strength, it will test his character, the fitness levels, all that will come to picture. But if you are in good form, you love to get an opportunity like this. The way he batted yesterday with so much of maturity, he has got shots all around the wicket, played well against seamers and the spinners. He would back himself to get some big runs on board for his side.
Just being tested with some short delivery, not allowing any room at the moment. Last evening, Tarang Gohil, 84 of 60, scored at a strike rate of 140, 10 fours and 2 sixes. Sabah, you were there at the pitch report. You can give us a better insight into this.
The strip that was used on day 2, it has had 2 games on this surface. But I believe that the curator had enough time to prepare this in a much better way. There are some cracks now visible, but although not so wide enough to really assist the spinners. There's a thin veil of grass covering. He plays this one quite well. It kept low and was able to play this in a very controlled manner, Tarang Gohil. And first runs on board for his team as well as for Tarang Gohil.
Not in the most convincing of fashions, but they're off the mark, and so is Tarang Gohil. And they'll accept those 2 runs as well. Ball keeping a little low, and that could be a concern as this game progresses. Will keep everyone interested.
That's interesting, isn't it, Mikhail? The ball kept low. That also Jaydev Unadkat. And the one previous to that delivery that bounced in a very uncomfortable manner for the batter.
The last thing at the batter you would need is any kind of variable bounce, just to create a doubt in your mind. You'd want the ball to come onto the bat, and the manner in which Tarang Gohil has batted in the last game, you'd want to continue from there. Take a look at the playing 11 of Sorath Lions. 2 changes today. You're seeing a change in the top order. Chirag Pathak opening with Tarang Gohil. Abrar Sheikh has been kept out. Satyajit Gohil as well comes in place of Karan. 2 changes. Winning the toss, electing to bat first. Shorter this time, gives the charge on this occasion. Does not quite middle it. Very lucky there, Tarang Gohil. He had committed into that shot. So it's been a very good start by Jaydev Unadkat after the end of the first over. It's 3 for no loss. Gohilwad Gladiators have played 1 game and they won it, and that's why they'll come unchanged in this particular game as well. They want to stick with that winning combination of theirs, but watch out for players like Parimatch. They've done a fine job. Yuvraj, Chudasma as well. They've all made a very good impression in the first outing of theirs. Kanambar has been introduced into the attack.
A wonderful mix of experienced players and some young talent coming through. Yeah, Prerak Mankad and Jayadev Unadkat. Karambar, Kanabar will operate from the Parimatch news end. Because they have Chudasma, as you rightly mentioned. Vishwaraj Jadeja at the top. Good right-hand batter. And that is why Jayadev, at the time of toss, is very confident that his team will do well in this game also.
Drives this time. Oh, it's a slip up and mid-off, and that'll be 4 runs. The first boundary come courtesy of misfield, and Sorath Lions will say thank you very much. And it's Tarang Goyal once again who's been given a let-off here with the boundary, and he'll want to capitalize on it.
This will help him to grow in confidence, Tarang Goyal. It should have been stopped really wide outside the off stump. Lent into that one, did not connect it well. That is why it should have been stopped. Dived to his left and tried a different kind of a way to stop the ball. Unable to do so in the end. Shaurya concedes a boundary.
Short and wide, just trying to overhit this on. I like the way he's begun on. He's got some shape as well. Did see some late movement, Sabha, in that first delivery of his.
Yes, although it remains a slow surface. The batsmen need to be extremely wary when they are playing pace bowlers. They need to adjust their bat speed and watch the ball closely onto the bat before they try and launch into a big shot. And as I mentioned at the time of the pitch report, this breeze should help the pace bowlers to get some assistance in the air. With this white new ball, it does move. I've kept a slip here for Tarang Goyal. An attacking field set here by Jayadev Unadkat.
Trying to get rid of that, but Super Cover will keep it to 1. And what I liked about Tarang Goyal is he's not been overawed by the occasion, and he's not trying to get ahead of himself. Remember, Sorath Lions got to 152 courtesy his 80 odd runs. After that, there was not much contribution, but for Chudasma's 30 not out.
That's the kind of pattern we have seen in all these matches. There are 3 or 4 batters, who make the fulcrum of the entire team, and they need to understand that kind of responsibility and bat according to that. So, for instance, for Sorath Lions, it is Tarang Goyal, and then Chudasma. Chirag Jani is a big player for them. So these 3-4 players, they need to chip in with some valuable runs for the side.
Good start to the left-handed batter. Early nerves for Chirag Pathak as well. Been given a big responsibility.
I'm waiting to see. That's the standing. I'll get back to my point later. Royals right on top. Decent net run rate. Then the Gladiators, Sorath Lions, they came back strongly after yesterday's encounter. Halar Heroes, they looked very good, but in the first game, in the doubleheader yesterday, they were trounced by the other side. That was a big setback for them.
He's found his line and length. Kanbar doing a very fine job. Was struggling with his line in the first few deliveries, but good to see that he's adjusting well to the left and right combination.
And it is expected, especially if you have a captain like Jayadev Unadkat. It all depends on the bowler who's operating, what kind of line and length you bowl to. It's very important that you bowl according to the field that has been set, and that's what I wanted to see in this innings. Jayadev must have read the way Tarang Goyal batted yesterday, and I want to see what kind of field setting he has for the right-hand batter.
Flicked over mid-wicket, very nicely done. Good use of the field restrictions, and he ends the over with a very confident-looking shot. So 4 more runs coming off it. It's the end of the second over, 12 for no loss. the matches have so far panned out, and you can also look at the remaining matches lined up. Very important outing for Sorath Lions if they have to keep their hopes alive in this tournament. Gohilwad Gladiators, with another win this evening, will only help their chances. Sitting pretty are the Zalawad Royals after 2 wins in 3 games. And that's why we'll just take a look at this shot before we talk about that points table. Just like the way he kept his eye on the ball till the very end, got behind it and flicked it over mid-wicket region.
Good shot in the end, but wasn't the right position because he had played so far across. And from there, he did manage to play that one on the onside, and that is possible if the speed of the bowler is not so much.
Is that an appeal for a catch? Umpire remains unmoved. Got the impression everybody felt there was something in it but the batter and the umpire.
Come on, the wicketkeeper is always right, isn't it, Mikhail?
Sabah Kareem.
See, there he is.
This is a natural extension to the personality of any wicketkeeper.
Come on, trust the wicketkeeper. We don't need umpires there.
All right, we need 2 wicketkeepers then. But what a start for Shaurya. Immediately creating some kind of opportunities here. Tarang Gohil, how big a wicket it is going to be, and if they see the back of him early on, it's going to be a lottery here for the Gohilwad Gladiators.
A good delivery that one from Sanandya, and moved a little bit away from the right-hander. Beats him completely.
Goes and gives the charge this time just over mid-off, but does he have enough bat on that? Yes, the ball has enough legs as well to travel. Quite a dramatic start to this over, let me tell you. A caught behind the peel, and then he improvises and goes over mid-off. So Tarang Gohil has decided to call the shots in the middle.
So much of confidence. Steps out. He knows that the mid-off is inside the circle. Wanted to go over the top and connects it quite well. Has needed to clear the fielder at mid-off and does it with ease. Excellent footwork.
Sabah, I need to ask you this. Are wicketkeepers naturally excited personalities, or it's more of a put-on when they come on the field?
You find me an exciting personality, Mikhail?
In the com box, certainly, yes.
Okay, better. Yeah, but keepers play a big role, isn't it? And I think I like this young keepers who are so involved in the activities that takes place on the field. They're there to set the field. They assist the captain. They know the angles very well. Quick learners, and it's so important for them to contribute behind the stumps as well as with the willow. And that's Tarang Gohil for you. Yesterday he played a blistering knock. Extremely good against the spinners. With the line, he was able to smoke that through mid-wicket area.
Oh yes, no half measures at all. That's been the highlight of his batting. Again, makes room for himself and plays it over the infield on the offside region. He's improvising well. The ball's running towards the boundary rope over there, will be cut off and they'll complete 2 runs. But he's taking his chances and he understands the importance of scoring maximum runs when the field restrictions are on.
They have a third man up, and they have the long on at the back, and then they have a backward square leg. But if you're bowling off stump or outside the off stump line, then you can easily get your backward square leg inside the circle and put a fielder at sweeper cover. Because now the intent is very clear from Tarang Gohil.
Sabah, at the pitch report you did mention there's not much of green grass or live grass. Is it why the batters are getting more confidence to maybe shuffle around the crease very early on with the new ball?
Yes, one reason is that. The other is this is a slow surface. To gain that kind of momentum, you can see the right-hand batter, especially Tarang Gohil, stepping out of the crease to gain that kind of power so that he can clear the infield.
Well, Sheldon Jackson with 100 is second in the list, but Tarang Gohil at the moment, who's right now batting in the middle, has been the reason why Sorath Lions have also tasted success. 126 runs, and he's got that at brisk rate. We saw Krishnakant Pathak last evening. He was also very impressive, couldn't take his side home. Prerak Mankar, he'll have a role to play when they chase this innings. Gohilwad Gladiators, quite a few batters in the fray. Slow in the air this time, straight to the fielder, and it's been pounced at short third man. The plan has worked. The slow delivery comes into play. take the pace of the ball and you'll bring in some opportunities, and they take the huge wicket of Tarang Goel just as we talk about his pyrotechniques with the bat.
Oh, he's gone. Tarang Goel. Again, similar kind of a shot, made some room and wanted to play over the infield towards backward point, but this time gets a thick outside edge, and there is a fielder station at short third man, just inside the circle. Precision from the captain and the bowler. Falls in the right hands there, and Tarang Goel, he'll have to go back. Gone for 14, Sorath Lions 18 for 1.
Gohilwad Gladiators will be delighted with what's just happened some time ago. Tarang Goel makes his way to the dugout and Siddhant Rana comes in the 4th over. And what a time to walk into the middle. Gladiators' tails are up at the moment. Unatkat with the ball and they're struck early. And there, once again, that length has been troubling the batters.
Tarang Goel wanted to go big again, made some room. I didn't think that was the right kind of shot selection. Why would you move away from the ball if the mid-off is stationed inside the circle? You can always go straight towards the ball and try a hit over the infield. Because he was so away from the delivery, he was not able to control that. Gets a thick outside edge straight into the hands at short third man.
Quick single, this could be close if it's a direct hit. Nicely backed up in the end. Chirag Pathak has taken his time in the middle, but relatively two batters who'll need to find a move on from here.
19 for 1 here, Sorath Lions. Again, I was expecting the captain Chirag Jani to come at number 3. But he somehow, for some odd reason, prefers to come at number 4. If he can come early, he can easily control the innings. What we have seen from Sheldon Jackson, he always walks in at number 3 and takes charge of the innings. Being the most experienced campaigner in this Sorath Lions side, I was expecting Chirag Jani to come at number 3. He has loads of experience, has played at different numbers for Saurashtra in white ball cricket as well as red ball cricket.
Just like the way Jaydev Unatkat has bowled this evening. He's been on target from ball 1, kept things tight in the second over, 9 deliveries, only 4 runs. There's always a debate between adding more depth and also creating a strong top 3. Something that most captains deliberate to Samba.
They do that, and I can understand that kind of thought process also, Mikhail. But I feel being this the shortest format of the game, it's more important that you get to play as many deliveries as possible. And if you have that kind of experience, this is a good one from Rana. Just plays it on the onside and gets some runs for his side. And if you have the experience, then you are far better equipped to handle the vagaries of the wicket early on. Even with the new ball, you're up against the best bowlers from the opposition camp, and you can take your time and then take your innings forward.
Wonderful bird's eye view of the Saurashtra Cricket Association Stadium here in Rajkot. What a spectacle. Change of pace, single towards mid-on. They're relying more on the singles at the moment. The ball's not coming onto the bat the way the batters would like it to.
I've never been able to understand this. And as Chirag Jani all padded up, I'm sure he will come in after this. When fielders throw unnecessarily at the stumps and the batter is already home, any ricochet off the stumps can result in some extra runs.
Who better than a wicketkeeper who's been at the receiving end most time? But of course you do have protection gear, but have you had discussions with the field at the times for the kind of throws they've hurled in?
I would always tell them, don't throw at me at all.
All right, on this occasion, no throws anywhere, straight to the bowler. We have 4 overs completed, it's 22 for 1.
ये पक्का अब सीख तो गए, अब तो जाने दो मुझे।
ठहर जाइए, कोई प्रॉब्लम हो गई तो कहाँ ढूंढेंगे आपको?
फैंटेसी अखाड़ा का 24/7 कस्टमर सर्विस है, आपकी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करवा देंगे।
कल जाने देंगे। फैंटेसी स्पोर्ट्स का असली अखाड़ा।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व हैं और इसकी लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदार।
Match number 6, day 5 of the Parimatch News Saurashtra Premier League Season 2. We are coming to you live from the Saurashtra Cricket Stadium in Rajkot, and this is all you can see from an elevated position. A wonderful stadium. We're waiting for the crowd to trickle in, and it's been the Gohilwad Gladiators who are calling the shots. They've drawn first blood by getting the big wicket of Tarang Goel, and Sanadia with that big scalp. He will continue. Oh, in the air again, it's that variable bounce that we've been talking about, Sabah, that's troubling the batters.
Absolutely right, Mikhail. I wasn't expecting this kind of a track. I saw some cracks. Maybe it's because those cracks that we see this up and down bounce on the surface. And both Jaidev Unatkar and to some extent even Sanandya have been able to utilize that. It pushes the batsman on the back foot. It creates doubts in their mind, and it's not easy to play your shots through the line.
Oh, he's chipped this one. Has he found the fielder? And mid-on, that's a soft dismissal. Another wicket falls, and Rana's struggle in the middle comes to an end. In no position whatsoever to get rid of this one. And it's the man with the golden arm, Sanandya, who strikes in his second over. 2 wickets down now for Sorath Lions.
Well, that is the Parimatch News cheerful moment. Big name in Saurashtra cricket, Jani, captain of Sorath Lions. He'll have to take the responsibility of putting a big score for his side. He batted quite well in the first encounter.
Dramatic. Let me tell you this, they are confident that Sanandya has got his fingers on it. All smiles here for the Gladiators, and this will be a very tragic dismissal, let me tell you, for the Sorath Lions. And the body language pretty much suggesting that Chirag Pathak may have fallen short on this occasion. We'll wait for the review.
Oh dear, what happens here? This is Chirag Jani, hits it back to the bowler. Sanandya and his follow through. Did it touch the outstretched fingers of Sanandya or not? Tough call for the TV umpire here. You have to watch it closely. Is there any change in the seam position of the ball? That will help the umpire to decide whether it hit the finger or not, or touched the finger or not. From this angle, it's very difficult. Oh yes, I think it has. Yes, it has. Seems as if it has touched the finger, the outstretched finger of the right arm pace bowler Sanandya. There is some change in the seam position of the ball, and the finger also, the little finger.
And maybe the body language of both the sides as well. The batter was on the floor for the longest time, suggesting that something had happened against him. And the fielders and the bowler were so confident that they were all rushing towards each other, already celebrating. If that's a giveaway at this point in time, then the batter has fallen short. There's no doubt he's out of his crease. And the decision goes in favor of the Gohilwad Gladiators. And what a last 10 minutes it's been for them. They have just completely put the Sorath Lions, pushed them to the wall rather.
I'm so pleased, my eyes are still sharp. I could make out that it hit the fingers of the outstretched hand of the bowler, Chirag Pathak. That's a cruel way to get out. Out for 5, it's 22 for 3, Sorath Lions.
Sorath Lions winning the toss early in the day would never have imagined themselves in a situation like this. Rishi Patel makes his way to the middle. That's because wickets have fallen in a heap. Punched off the back foot on this occasion. A confident looking shot by Captain Chirag Jani. Breaks the shackles and releases the pressure as well. Much needed for.
That's what I was saying. If you can bat like this, why can't you come at number 3 and take charge? Why would you find yourself in a position like this when you're struggling to control the innings? You're already 3 down. He gets into great position, rocks on his back foot and just punches it, finds the gap. And that's the difference between an average player and someone who has loads of experience. When you hit, you do find the gap because you bat accordingly and you practice according to that.
Flicked off the bat this time towards the mid-wicket reach, and he's looking good at the moment, Chirag Jani. He needs partners. That's because wickets have just kept falling, and the last one ended in a very cruel way for Pathak. Straight drive, deflects the little finger, and he could never really recover from there. Pathak well short of his ground, and it was a moment to celebrate here for Gladiators. Everything going their way at the moment.
And credit to the bowler. He had the presence of mind to try and stop the delivery, and that is why the ball touched the finger on his way to the non-striker stumps.
Pulls it this time on 1 foot, and he finds the gap as well. This is a good way to end the over despite the dramatic run out. 2 boundaries coming off it. 5 gone is 31 for 3.
Well, it's not a great start. 3 wickets already in the hutch, and a lot of pressure on Jani now. He's got 5 off 3, Patel's 4 off 1, and the run rate is 6.2. But yeah, the major problem is that wickets column. Real trouble here. Delighted to be joined by Charu Sharma, who's alongside me.
Thank you, Johnny. Good evening. Another wonderful evening here in Rajkot. So pleased to be here for the Parimatch News Saurashtra Premier League Season 2. Wasn't here Season 1, but I can see why it's such a popular league. Wonderful standard as well. Well tucked away, kept it down, that's the key. No fielder there. Helps himself to a boundary which they so sorely need now, young Rishi Patel. First ball he faced, well done.
Yeah, nice little flick away. Chudasama is into the attack, who had a brilliant first game, 3 for 27, leg spinner. Bhavesh Patel, is our official, just down below us from the Parimatch News end. Clipped away into the onside. Get through for a single. Actually, he'll come back for a couple. Nice bit of work.
Yeah, I like the urgency there. Johnny, of course, the powerhouse, the skipper, the best player here, at least for his team, one of the better players in Saurashtra. And they need him on strike as much as possible. Shaukat Khurram comes in to set the stumps right. Now, a leggy bowling in the power play. Yeah, we are. It took him his arm on. We always knew that he was going to make it. Plenty of confidence. So Johnny can take heavy toll here on the leggy because he got a long off and a deep mid wicket. But only 2 people allowed. No.
Didn't quite get the length to free those big levers of his. Just looking at the match referee and the video umpires. They've been kept busy already.
Yeah, good to see Altaf Merchant there in the center, the match referee. Okay, does he go big now? Johnny. No, well bowled.
Yeah, nice bit of bowling. Just keeping him honest outside that off stump. A little bit of turn. Away from the right-handed bat.
You know, I don't mind this, much as I expect a few big hits, but Johnny is playing very carefully. He knows that after him, the cupboard may be a little bare. So no point taking undue risk here.
Yeah, very circumspect on that occasion. Yes, a real problem for them. 3 dots already in this over. Couple off the first, and well, there's that beautiful view of this wonderful stadium, so well appointed, and the beautiful late evening sky as well. Absolutely glorious place, I have to say. Looking to cut. Does he get it away? He doesn't. Backward point does really well. Really tight in the field of the Gladiators.
Yeah, great work by backward point there, diving to his left. Oh, well done, full stretch. So they do get a single and only 1 ball for Rishi Patel to face. And, no real pressure here to hit it big or anything. I wonder if they're chatting enough. Young Rishi and, can't say old though, but experienced Johnny.
3 wickets already. That's the main problem. Just 1 ball of the power play to go. Round about standard average power play, 38 in the competition in the first innings. Looking to tuck away on the onside. They'll get through for an uncontested single. End of the power play, end of the over, and the Sorath Lions are 35 for 3. So there's the card. Now, it doesn't make particularly decent reading if you're a Sorath Lions supporter, because Gohil, the main star of yesterday, of course, is back in the hutch. He went for 14. Sanandaya also got Rana as well. And there was a horrible run out in the piece as well. Sanandaya involved in that one as well to reduce him to 35 for 3 after the power play.
Gohil's wicket was big, the big scorer, the opener for the Sorath Lions, and that was pretty cleverly done as well. Slightly slower ball, nicked it to a very fine third man, and that was the end of the big scorer there. Prerak Mankat, another big star.
If you tuck away on the onside, there might be a couple of runs here. Looking hard for 2, and they will just about get home. They do. Nice bit of running.
took the arm on of Kuldeep, but Chirag Jani doesn't really run quickly enough. There he is, he's stuttered a bit. He does take big steps, but unable to motor on, and a direct throw. He could have been in trouble there.
Yeah, just on the drag, wasn't he there? And something a little bit tighter. I think all three of them knew that. Just a punch off the back foot, very circumspect. Another dot though.
Not a bad passage of play for the Sorath Lions.
And sports coverage doesn't get better than 12th Khiladi, where you can find fancy tips, match predictions, in-depth statistical analysis, live updates and fan opinions. Log on to www.12khiladi for the best sports coverage.
It says the sports coverage you deserve. All right, that's for you, all of us, Johnny.
That's right, the best sports coverage that we deserve. Look at the power play highlights. Horrible to work on that occasion. Little flick up and over. Not that many highlights, and that was the main problem. That was when Gohilwad went. Flick on the onside, and that was more trouble. That was the second. And then this, that horrible, horrible, horrible moment for the non-striker. And then just navigating it. That was Rishi Patel's first ball, I think, or might have been the second. Tucked away for 4. There's the power play highlights.
Yeah, you mentioned that this is about par for power play. I think it's well below. And it's not just the number of runs, it's the number of wickets that they've lost. I mean, 35 or so maybe average for power play scores, but if you lose 3 wickets in there, it's almost like just 10 runs in the power play, because in a T20 for me, the top order wickets count for about 20 each. I'm just trying to quantify wickets. And so that's actually a minor score, you know, at 35. And then, of course, 15s in the middle and maybe 10s late order and just 5s towards the end. So that's kind of some quantification of what a wicket is worth. More on that later if you're getting confused.
Patel looking to drive, edging very neatly as far as he's concerned. He's down through third man. That'll be another boundary. Oh dear. And well, there's no justice for the bowler. Second boundary for Patel.
Very fine edge. I don't think there was a plan to keep a slip. Not at this stage of the game. And he gets away with it. Very wide. I suppose you couldn't argue that he was happy to throw his bat, but there was movement. And that's what undid young Rishi Patel. Thought he had the measure of that ball, but it moved away from the left-hander.
Wider on the crease and punched back to the bowler. Fieldson has followed through. Yes, I think the point about the power play is after 7, and Sorath Lions are 43 for 3. Yes, Alan Dyer at the start of the show, 2 for 15 off his 2 so far, and of course involved in the run out, so he's been involved in all 3 of the strikes so far to reduce the Sorath Lions to 43 for 3 after 7. Late dab, quickly taken single. Yes, I think that the point I was to make, Cherry, was just that par, maybe that's the wrong term, but in terms of the history of the competition, it's the average. The average is what I should have told you, not par.
Yeah, but it's a little low average, and it's okay to be in the 30s, late 30s in the power play, even though you expect teams to be nearer 50. But having lost wickets is the problem, because your top order is gone. 3 of the top order wickets. Now we know in the tournament so far only once in a while have numbers, well, 7 and 8, 9 worked, but the batsmen are only there till about 5 or 6. So in many ways, this may be the last happy batting pair for the Sorath Lions. They've got to be careful.
Lusani continuing and lacing that through extra cover. There'll be at least a couple. Smart bit of work on the rope. Very smart indeed. All bit of football skills as well, but they'll get back. And they'll get back comfortably.
They're on 3. I think, because it was very well struck, and just that little bit of football allowed them that extra run, because it was a very long chase to the left, an ungainly dive, then the football. There we go. Enough time for a third.
I don't see many threes in T20. It's safe to say, especially outside the power play. A little bit of air and punch down the ground again. Better work inside the circle. There will be a single.
Yeah, well, the Gladiators are flinging themselves around, and so is the captain. I always fear a bit for bowlers because you don't want to do your shoulder in, but they're so well trained these days with trainers and physios and everything else. It was great to see players diving around. What a wonderful sight. You mentioned before, late evening, beautiful.
Again, just nurdled into the onside.
You know, I must mention, Johnny, I don't think I've seen even the littlest bit of suggestion of a cloud here the last few days I've been here. Just cloudless completely. Warm during the day, but very pleasant during the evening, and a bit of a breeze as well. Overall, great playing conditions. Of course, the floodlights are there for the evening matches, making it look really spectacular. What a wonderful stadium. That Lords-like media room, right in the middle of which we're sitting.
Yes, what a wonderful vantage point. It's just another single added. Yes, it's the most beautifully appointed ground, I have to say. It's outside of the city centre. A number of good crowds that we've had through the course of the tournament.
Yeah, a couple of fireworks there for the 50 of Sorath lines. Well, nothing to write home about at this point of time. 50 for 3.
Oh, nice delivery. That was the other one, beating the outside edge of the left-hander. Lovely bit of stuff. End of the over, 50 for 3 after 8. Well, there's the card, and there is a rebuilding job being done for this 4th wicket. Jani going nicely on 12, Rishi Patel as well on 16.
Chudasama. No, that's Prerak Mankad comes in for his 2nd over, taken for 8 in his first. There was that edge, though, mind you, which went for a 4. What a superb cricketer, Mankad. A fabulous 80 in the first match they played, match-winning 80.
Looking to drive, a ball just swinging back in to the right-handed Jani. Yeah, what a beautiful innings that was. 82 off 52, came at a good lick, and he's one of the serious all-rounders in this competition.
You know, the thing about the opposite skipper, here's Unadkat, he should be all right with 3 wickets in the bag, but Jani is the one who's, well, I'm a little unhappy at the fact that his strike rate this season has been nothing he'd be very proud about, because he's just not scoring quickly enough.
Change of angle, and he's looking to haul away down the ground. He'll get it safe. A couple of bounces will be picked up just inside, and he'll get back for a couple.
Well, it seems like a bit of a game plan here. Young Rishi Patel trying to go big whenever he can, whenever he feels comfortable. And the skipper, Jani, just keeping a lot quieter, keeping along the ground as well. Luckily for him, that was very safe. No long off, just a long on, who had plenty of time to come across. Living a little dangerously, Rishi Patel. Maybe that's a plan, because his skipper's in there, and surely he wouldn't play that kind of a shot unless he had the license from Jani. And of course, there's no long off.
Just a push. Ooh, just a single. They'll get through for buzzers, as Henry Blofeld would say, the great English commentator.
Yeah, Blow is quite a legend in this part as well. But, I mean, that was a strange run, because he must have spotted the gap. Jani didn't. He was a little late to respond, of course. They get the overthrow double. But Rishi Patel, Mankad is incensed. But I didn't think there was a run there, but Rishi Patel was so convinced he knew it was in the gap. And he didn't even race across, he was just very comfortably across for a single.
Short and pulled away on the onside. It'll just be a single. Man out there covering the angle. Patel going quite nicely here. 21 or 13.
For him and for the stand, 34 from 25. So that's a pretty decent clip considering they lost their third wicket. The score of only 22, and at that point of time they had to be very careful. If they lost one or two more at that stage, it might have all come completely undone. Now they can breathe a little easy. If at the halfway stage they're anywhere close to 70, which they could be, we're looking at 150 here.
Driven, clipped away in the onside. Another single. Yeah, 150 is often competitive here. We've seen through the course of the 2 seasons of the competition.
But both of them at the toss did get that 150 figure. Unadkat happy not to chase over 150, and Johnny said, well, I don't think he said it, but maybe 150 is sort of what they're thinking of in terms of power. So they have time for sure. They don't quite have the wickets. Even the last delivery, Johnny played it very carefully along the ground to mid-wicket rather than going big, because it was in the slot.
Wide the crease and just a punch to finish, and a dot to finish as well. End of the 9th. Sorath Lions at 57 for 3. Lovely views of this wonderful cricket facility here in Saurashtra. And Sonny will be the man into the attack, bowling his little off breaks.
Yeah, nice change just to sort of mix things up by Jaydev Unadkat. Looks to be another leggy along with Chudasama. So 2 leggies on show today. Sonny, I don't think we've seen too much of him in the past. And the thing with that 150 score we were talking about is that if Prerak Mankad is somebody that the Sorath Lions can get early, then they might actually fancy winning this match at 150. Of course, all that's a long way off.
A little bit of turn outside the off stump and gets it through for what will be at least a single. Gets it through that covering.
Well done again by the skipper, flinging himself to the left, getting a hand to it, a touch, slowing the ball down. I wonder if the gap was wide enough for that to have gone to a boundary, but Jaydev Unadkat did well.
And let's go downstairs where Madonna has got a special guest.
In conversation with Tarang Goyal, one of the highest run scorers. कल आपने 84 runs बनाए, आज सिर्फ 14. आपके हिसाब से कहाँ कमी रह गई?
मुझे लगा कि yesterday I was in a good touch, तो acceleration थोड़ा ज़्यादा करूँ, but unfortunately बॉल भी अच्छा गिर गया और शॉट भी थोड़ा खराब खेला मैंने, इसलिए अच्छा लगा मुझे.
Alright, कोई नहीं. वैसे आपकी टीम की 3 विकेटें गिर चुकी है पावर प्ले में. इससे टीम के कॉन्फिडेंस पे कोई असर होगा?
नहीं, इट हैपेंस, क्योंकि T20 क्रिकेट है, फास्ट क्रिकेट है, तो फिर ऑब्वियसली अगर पावर प्ले में अगर 2-3 विकेट गिरते हैं तो मिडिल ऑर्डर्स कैरी फॉरवर्ड कर देते हैं. तो वी होप कि ये पैर अच्छी चल जाए और हमारा स्कोर 150-160 प्लस हो जाए.
ऑलराइट, और आपको लग रहा है आप 150-160 तक पहुंचकर उसे डिफेंड कर पाएंगे?
We will try our level best about that.
All right, thank you so much for chatting up with us. All the very best for the match. Over to the commentators.
Yeah, 150-160. Well, I think they bite your hand off for that at this stage. Cut again is Johnny, but can't get through the infield.
Well, that's what happens. He's shaking his head because he's playing just a shade excessively carefully, if I can use that term. Another look at our media box here, right on top, in the center. That's where you can find us if you wish. And finally, he gets a lot of bat onto that. But just this, he digs himself into a bit of a hole, does Johnny. And his strike rate, I think you mentioned this earlier, is just about 100 or so. Oh, maybe you can actually see Johnny in there. There he is, large as...
There we are. our tremendous vantage point. What a place. What a place and what a view as well. Yeah, Rishi Patel, 22 off 16. He's been a little bit more of the energetic partners. He plays way on the offside, but again doesn't beat the infield. Dots continuing to fall for Sonny. It's been really tight. End of the over. 60 for 3 after 10.
This has been the best partnership so far for Sorath Lions. 38 of 33. Chirag Jani and Patel are doing a very good job of rebuilding. And what's more important is that if they can add some acceleration and impetus in the next 10 overs, well, the next 5 are going to be very interesting and giving me company in the com box for my India cricketer, Pragyan Oja. Pragyan, good evening.
Good evening, Mikhail. Yes, I agree with you. They're playing carefully, but if everyone had a look at that graphic that we saw, the runs are slowly drying up. So that is also something which the Lions need to think about. It would have been great if it was a 4-day game, but it's a T20 format where you have to bat at a particular pace.
And that's why it's important for either of these batsmen to decide who will take matters into their own hands. Somebody will have to change roles. Patel has looked very good in his 17 ball 22.
I strongly feel Chirag Jani has to bat through. He's an experienced player and he's the leader. And the young guys like Rishi Patel and all, they should go after the bowlers. They should try and improve the run rate or maybe strike rate for the team. Chirag Jani is someone who can hold the innings. He can stitch partnerships.
Another single towards mid-wicket. It won't hurt the fielding side. They have a lot of support this evening at the SCA Stadium. A lot of blue that we can see. Quite rightly, Pragyan. Jani's role in the middle will be important. A lot of support for the Gladiators.
Yeah. Gladiators, they are the favorite as of now. First game they really did well, and now they have some control. Kind of a misfield, but it won't do much. They'll just get a single here. But saying that, I think Sorath Lions, they need to plan better now. Yes, they have lost 3 wickets. Yeah, and 23 deliveries since last boundary. As I told you, runs are drying up. They need to plan better.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity, but that's an LBW appeal as well, and it's been given. Patel has to depart. Another wicket here for Sorath Lions, and this is come at a time when they were just about getting ready to tee off. But what a strike here by Raval. This is a Parimatch news cheerful moment as well. At a time when the Gladiators once again just put the brakes on the scoring.
I need to look at that. Oh, it was a full delivery. Yes, that's the reason. Normally what happens when the batsman steps out, umpire think twice to give it a LBW, but because it was hitting the toes, they've given him out. Rishi goes out for 23, 63 for 4.
Rishi Patel departing for a well-made 23 of 20. He got a start, couldn't convert it. Bhagyaraj Chudasma has made his way to the middle, giving him company at the other end. Is their captain who's seeing things falling apart from the other end.
last game, he batted really well. He accelerated for his team and got those crucial runs, because last game also they were in the similar situation, and that's when Bhagyaraj did a great partnership and got those crucial 30 runs for his team.
And what a start here for Kuldeep Rawal as well. 3 runs and a wicket in his first 5 deliveries. And that's why the dugout of the Gladiators will be breathing easy at the moment. It's the worrisome dugout of Sorath Lions right now. At the halfway stage, they're struggling. Nice little tickle down to the leg side, fine leg up in the circle. This is a fast outfield. Very good effort in the end. He'll keep it to 2. Sony, the fielder there.
End of the over, 85 for 4.
Almost everyone has chipped in the bowling department. Sanandhya was the pick of the bowler, striking in back-to-back overs, 2 for 15 for him. You could see the follow wickets as well. 2 wickets fell at the score of 22. Slow through the air. That's been the problem. They've not been able to get rid of it.
That's the right word, slow through the wicket, and this is the wicket we're talking about. Very important wicket. And the ball directly, I think, landed on the toes. That is the reason why umpire didn't have any difficulties giving it out. But this game, the wicket has behaved a bit different. Whenever you're bowling slow, the batsmen have found it difficult to play.
Pragyan, you get the impression this could be a 2-paced wicket on offer?
Of course, and this is what we're talking about. Straight on the toes. Straight on the toes. I think it was quite clear for the umpire. Had it been little shorter, umpire would have thought twice about it, but he was quite clear on this occasion.
Well, Fenil Soni has done a good job so far, conceding only 4 runs into his second over. The spinners have put the brakes, they're getting the breakthroughs as well. Something will have to give way for the Sorath Lions.
And the way he's flighting the delivery, love it.
Top edge and pouched very easily at covers. Talk about flighting the ball, playing across the line against the turn on this occasion, and he falls prey.
The wicket was low and Sony read it really well, trying to tease the batsman, and that's what leg spinner do.
Well, that's the Parimatch News cheerful moment. Chudashma this time misses out, was instrumental in the last game of theirs, giving them a good impetus in the end, but this time around.
Yes, that's what we're talking about. It's a spinner's delight, beating the batsman in the air. I think Chudashma thought the ball was up for a flick, but it wasn't. He walks back for 2, 66 for 5.
Half the side in the dugout, Jay Chauhan makes his way to the middle. Nice flight to deliveries, delighting the gentleman sitting beside me, who adopted a lot of flight during his days.
The way he beat him in the flight, I think batsman thought the ball was up, trying to flick it, but at the last moment, the ball managed to fall a little shorter than the batsman expected.
Nicely bowled. Yes, closing the face of the bat as well on that occasion, and that's why the leading edge. Problems plenty here for Lions. They're not roaring. They seem to be gone into the cage.
Yeah, they are a young side, I can understand, but at the same time, every game you need to improve, and this is a very good situation for Jay Chauhan to come up good for his team. And Sony can have a little more attacking field here. And that's end of the over, 67 for 5.
None of the batters have been able to convert the good starts into sizable scores. Saran Goel 14 of 15. Chirag Jani at the moment is fighting a lone battle, 19 of 21. And Rishi Patel looking very good on 23 departed. And that's been the problem. They've lost wicket at regular intervals, but highlight here for the Gladiators, that extras columns is 0. Just goes to show the tidy bowling and the discipline they're put across in this very important encounter. Wonderful delivery.
Brilliant delivery. I again tell you, I think the bowling captain here, Jaydev, should have a slip or somebody catching, because 67 for 5 in 12 overs. The batting team, the Lions will be under tremendous pressure, and especially when you have a slip and you're bowling against a new batsman, sometimes they feel the pressure. They may play a wrong shot and end up losing their wicket.
Come on, Kuldeep, go up to your skipper and say, I need a slip. Down the leg. Oh, he's castled him around the legs. This is another dismissal, and Kuldeep Rawal is having a field day here at the Saurashtra Cricket Stadium in Rajkot. They're all smiles. That's because another wicket comes in at a very crucial time. 6 wickets down as Jay Chauhan departs.
It's all happening for the Gladiators. It looked as if it's going down the leg, but the batsman went 2 across, and ball, mind you, went with the arm. Had it turned, it would have been a wide, but the ball went with the arm, and we can see delighted Kuldeep here.
This is not the Lions what we saw last evening. Jay Chauhan departs for 1 and 5. Problems plenty here for the Lions as another wicket falls. It's 67 for 6. Sorath Lions were the defending champions, and at the moment they have their backs to the wall. Divyaraj Chauhan replaces Jay Chauhan, who's just departed. Good confident shot down towards long off for a single. That's how they should play their cricket at the moment.
Absolutely, as you said, but I'm slightly unhappy with Kuldeep. Is the wicket we're talking about. The ball went with the arm, and totally surprising the batsman here, Jay Chauhan. You can't give easy singles. I can understand when Chirag Jani is batting, when the new batsman is here, you need to stop those singles. You can't give them easy runs. They are under pressure. The Lions are under pressure. You have to make sure you maintain it.
And at the moment it's all coming in singles, and this is not going to help the cause here for Sorath Lions. Leg byes signalled. What's more important is the role of Chirag Jani from here on.
I think the role doesn't change. He just has to bat and make sure he talks to his players. They should not be losing any wicket right now. they have to bat all the 20 overs. That's when they can at least plan or create something to defend. But if they don't bat, and if they go the way they're going right now, they may get out and may lose out on more deliveries.
This time, have you found the fielder? He has. Chirag Jani departs. It was a shot played under pressure. Something had to give way. The runs had dried up. Chirag Jani couldn't get the distance on this occasion. And this is pretty much an indication as to where this innings is heading for Sorath Lions as well. The captain departs after finding the fielder at deep mid-wicket.
And it's indeed a Parimatch news cheerful moment for the bowling unit. And Prerak took the easy catch here. Really disappointed Chirag Jani, as I was telling, he should have been there, but a delighted Kuldeep here. Chirag Jani walks back for 20, 70 for 7.
Captain Chirag Jani back in the dugout. Sorath Lions 70 for 7. Another 42 deliveries still left as Satyajit Gohil makes his way to the middle, playing his first game. Well, you've got to really acknowledge the fact that Mr. Jaydev Shah, the president of the SCA and the Saurashtra Cricket Association, have put across a wonderful initiative, and the fans are truly delighted with what they are seeing in the middle. Appreciation and acknowledgement coming from the crowd.
Love the way Jaydev is leading his side. As soon as he saw the wickets are falling, Jaydev Unadkat just brings himself back. He knows right now it's very important to take those wickets, those 3 remaining wickets, as soon as possible and not giving too many runs. So he gets himself back, and he's got a slip right back at there, and it shows that he is looking to attack and be aggressive to his opponents.
Trickle down towards the leg side. The fine leg is very square, and this means it'll be 4 runs. Good start here for Divyaraj Chauhan. They need more of these at the moment, and Jaydev Unadkat will quickly need to find that line and length, because he does not want them to get past that 100-run mark. He wants to wrap things up before that.
True that. As a bowling captain, you would never want to give away those easy runs, especially in this situation where you know each ball is important, and if you get those 3 wickets early, you can have a great margin and it will really help you in the next 100.
Oh, what a fielding effort that was. Had that been a direct hit, that could have been very close. He had one stump to aim at. Rakshit there at backward point. Look at that one-handed pick up and throw. Brilliant. Just that he couldn't find the target.
He was very short, and it was a great effort by Rakshit Mehta. We saw him bat really well for his side, and we see some electrifying fielding here. Had he hit the stumps, I'm telling you, the Lions would have been 8 down.
The Lions have gone quiet this evening. On Sunday they were roaring. On Monday it looks like they're still in slumber. Pragyan?
That's a beauty. What a delivery. That's the reason why Jaydev Unadkat got himself back, and he's got a slip right there to take catches if this is the last wicket we're talking about. That's a desperate shot from Chirag Jani. He's trying to soak in the pressure, but somehow the pressure got the best out of him.
It looks like Kuldeep had his captain to thank for that wicket, because soon after the catch was taken, he ran to his skipper and hugged him and also mentioned something. What a delivery. Just like the way it's moving.
It's all happening here. That's the reason why Jaydev is so special. And we see Sorath Lions, the way they are focused. They know the situation is not that great. And they've lost their captain, the most experienced batsman, who was actually being an anchor there. But as I said, at times under pressure, you make few mistakes which you regret later.
Well, a good comeback here by Jaydev as well. Conceded a 4 of the first ball. After that, it's been all dot deliveries.
I think he has been bowling really well. That delivery, it was not the batsman, it was him who to be blamed. And these are the catches, excellent catches. The way this catch was taken, I think this catch has the potential of being the best catch. And the way here Mankar took that catch, balanced well.
We're back live, flick towards mid-wicket region for a single. Oh yes, age-old cliche that we keep talking about, catches win matches, and we've seen the kind of impact it has had as well. Some 14 gone and 76 for 7. Kuldeep Rawal 3 for 7. What an evening he's having. He's practically just made inroads into the low middle order. Again, tossed up delivery. What he's done is that he's mixed it really well, unafraid to toss it up. Bowled with a lot of imagination.
Yes, he's done that. And this is the catch we're talking about. Look at that. Caught and bowled. Kunal, the way he took that catch. And this was the one. Some spectacular catches.
Back live, driven. Oh, we're talking about spectacular catches. This is not from the highlights package. This is live. This is Jaydev Unadkat live. This is Jaydev Unadkat. The captain setting the standards in the field. That was travelling to his left, and he lunged to his left and took a very, very fine catch. Called that a stunner.
Absolutely. That goes without saying. Captain leading from the front. But that is the very reason why Kuldeep was just leaving his finger before he started bowling. And what an effort by Jaydev Unadkat here, leading the side and taking some brilliant catches, setting examples. Oh dear, dear. This will be one of the most beautiful catches in this tournament.
Indeed, Pragyan. That wicket is courtesy the fielder. Divyaraj Chauhan departs for 6. 8 down here. Sorath Royals in deep trouble. 77 runs on the board for them. We are seeing it all unfold over here.
And Devang comes in here, the new batsman. Kuldeep has been the star of the night. And this catch has the potential of being the catch of the tournament.
Oh, yes, that was travelling, fiercely hit and pouched. Oh, this could be close again. Yes, no, that's been the problem this evening for the Lions. They've been all over the place. And they never got going. Karamta wanted a single. An initial yes. And then, I don't know you. Please go back.
I think this is something which really tells you that these two guys have played very less cricket together. At least they batted together.
Down the ground for a single towards mid-off. Mid-off's up in the circle. Very good captaincy here by Jayadev Unadkat.
It's a brilliant catch. I can see the disappointment on Chauhan's face. He could not believe, he was in disbelief that such a catch was taken. And that's what cricket shows you. And that's a brilliant running. They picked up 2 runs there. And that's end of the over, 79 for 8.
Good to see the youngsters in. I'm glad they're enjoying themselves. They're obviously not supporters of Sorath Lions, who are in deep trouble at 79 for 8. Yeah, of course, there she is, a Gladiator supporter, Gladiator daughter, and they're doing really well. I'm Charu Sharma. Wonderful to have the company of my old friend Sabah Kareem. Sabah, very disappointing by Chirag Jani and co. I suppose they had a little bit of opportunity, one decent stand in the middle, and then nothing. We've got to say, very tight bowling though.
Tight bowling, ably supported by the fielders. Excellent catches. We saw one taken by Jayadev Unadkat. He set the tone for rest of the fielders to step up. The slowness of the surface has also not helped matters today for the Lions. They've been unable to put back to ball. This is a good one. Where does it go? Does it go straight? Yes, it does. Gets a boundary in between long on and long off.
You know, every once in a while we see such a shot, and then people watching might wonder, why couldn't the others have played something similar? It's just one of those things where sometimes people who come very late in the order tend to play very fearlessly without really bothering about too many other complications. And that was a very uncomplicated behind the bowler slog. It worked really well for him. And turns it away very smartly too. So Gohil here, hoping that they can get to at least the 100 mark, and then we'll see after that. Plenty of time left. 4.5 overs.
And they need some more hefty blows. The one we saw from Gohil playing his first game, that was a good shot from him. Parimatch, cheerful movement, more so for the Gladiators today. But yes, you're right, Charu. I was expecting more from Chirag Jani, from the top order batter. Tarang Gohil went early today in trying to accelerate in the power play, and since then there's not been any substantial partnership, and that is one of the reasons why Lions are 84 for 8 down.
Oh, again, very smartly fielded there. Electrifying in the field today. And we'll try and illustrate that to you soon by showing you one of the most spectacular catches taken in the tournament. Jumps out, and only get him a single, but it's nice to see a little bit of adventure. And just to prove the kind of fielding that we've seen today, here's the skipper leading from the front.
You can keep adding adjectives to it, Charu. This was splendid. It talks about agility, your athleticism, and all that was on display by Jayadev Unadkat.
Outstanding. What athleticism. A clever little dab, but it's not going to clear short third. But I must say, he's showing some sensible batting there, Gohil. It's 86 for 8 after 16. Lost 3 wickets in the power play, didn't make too many runs, and then 5 wickets in the middle stage, scoring only 44. By any standards, a very poor start. And remember, Chirag Jani won the toss and elected to bat first. Here's the wrecker-in-chief today, and again, nice and full. Now he is bowling to the tail, so he's going to look better and better. But Rahul, 4 from 10, unbelievably good figures today. Lefty spinners are always tough, but he's been fabulous today.
He's bowled within his limitations, stuck to a plan, extremely smart, been able to read the batter very early, and has bowled according to that. Excellent spell so far from Rahul.
Ground staff haven't had very much to do in terms of rain or anything else, but they've done a fabulous job. The square is fabulous. We say full of runs, but we haven't quite seen except the big 197 earlier on in the tournament. And that's all you need to do. Make sure you get back to ball, get behind the ball. That's well done by Karamta. He'll come back and hopefully bowl well for his team. Will not have too many runs to bowl at, I fear.
But the runs you put on board is also dependent on the kind of depth you have in your batting. On most of the sides we have seen that they do have batters stay about number 4, number 5. And after that they have these batting all-rounders come through and then the tail-enders. So the huge responsibility on the top order batters to put up runs on the board for the respective side. And one has not seen that.
Right behind the bowler, didn't quite get hold of it. So should be just the one. I think the two trust each other's ability. They are 9 and 10. So it's not that one's much better than the other. But I'm not being disrespectful. Good to see the crowd in here once again at the SCA Stadium. And the Gladiators here. Saw a shot of Prerak Mankar. He might be saying, I can knock all these runs off myself. Oh, down leg. That's what a right-left combination does. Every once in a while, you might get a cheap delivery. They'll be happy with that extra.
One would expect Jaydev Unatkar to understand that they need to get these 2 wickets and finish off the innings of the Lions instead of allowing them to play those delivery that is left in the innings. So they would be looking to pick up these 2 wickets as soon as possible.
His final ball of his spell. Rahul's 4 for 10, better Sakaria's 4 for 16 last season. And that's how it will remain. Even a full toss could not be kept away. Like Karamta, you should have hit that for a 6, Karamta, another day. Well bowled. Rahul 4 for 14, beg your pardon. And it's 90 for 8. Looks like a grizzled veteran, and hasn't he done the job for the skipper today and for his team? 4 overs, 14 runs, 4 wickets. The best ever in the Saurashtra Premier League. Jumps out, goes big, doesn't quite connect. And they might sneak 2 here. They do. So a little bit of adventurous play continues from Gohil. It's 10 from 12, 12 from 13.
Prefer to have this kind of an attitude for even a tail-ender. At least there's more forceful, there's more intent, more clarity in your thought. And that is why these runs are very useful.
Some changes in the field for the skipper. Wants different personnel to go to mid-wicket and mid-off. Unatkar must be wondering, well, I'm the best bowler here by far. Look at me, I'm wicketless. Rahul's got 4. Got to pick up 1 here. Not yet. The top edge could have gone anywhere. The outside edge.
Gohil has been very impressive, Charo. I like the intensity on the field which he has shown even while running between the wickets. He wants to play those big shots, has middle, couple of them, and has added some very useful scores for his side. If they can get to say about maybe 115, 120, they can still make a match out of it. Because one should not forget that the Gladiators are dependent solely on Prerak Mankar. If they can get Parimatch's wicket early, they may make some more inroads in the side.
A timely reminder of that. I'd mentioned that in the past as well. Mankad is their big scorer, big go-to batsman. But if, as you said, they can get him cheap, then it might be a situation like yesterday, where the Kutch Warriors were all out for 80, chasing 130. So anything can really happen. There he is, the big boy, Mankad. What a fluent 80 and a bit last match. Looked so good while doing it.
Extremely methodical in his approach while batting, and I like that about him. He knows his strength and bats according to that.
Low full toss. Should have gone for a boundary somewhere or the other. Went to mid-off. Well, Unadkat gets away with it. He's bowling very sharply. Hasn't given much away at all. Unadkat, no reward just yet in terms of wickets, but he has kept it very tight initially as well. And that's continuing now. 4 runs off this over for the moment. And I wonder if Gohil is going to try and give him the charge or do something nice and aggressive here. We've been talking him up. Sabha, Gohil here. Let's go. Well bowled, slow one. No run there. Just a minor fielding error, or you never know.
It brings out so many emotions on the field, more so when you're playing T20 cricket. Well, this guy slower delivery from Jaydev Unadkat. He wanted to run Gohil. He ran almost halfway, then he said, no, 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 don't come. I don't want to meet you now. Please go back. Oh, God. Oh, dear.
And luckily, Karamta responded by diving back into his non-striking crease. So last ball of Unadkat's spell, none for 17. Can he pick up a wicket here? He'd dearly love to. It's on target. Very well bowled, very well fielded. What a wonderful spell. 18 gone. They still haven't hit 100. It's 94 for 8. Gohil, your team depends on you first to take it across to 100, to take them across to 100, and later, who alone knows, with 12 deliveries left, you can expect sometimes at least 20, even from the tail-enders, some big swings, edges, if nothing else. For the moment, though, it's the lefty, the youngster Karamta, 5 from 10, so he's at least stuck around. Sabha hasn't quite got the runs, and I don't think he has the skill to hit it big, but let's find out.
It is Sanandya bowled very well in the initial overs. Picked up the all-important wicket of Tarang Gohil. That really set them back, the Lions. Very economical, has picked up important wickets and has played a key role so far in this destruction, so to speak, of the Lions.
Sanandya was fabulous at the top. And he was all smiles, having a little chat with young Karamta, who was not too impressed. Walked away from him, because the Sorath Lions are in trouble. Remember, this is their 3rd match. They've played 2, 1-1, lost 1. They lost their opening match and came back splendidly with the ball to beat the Kutch Warriors yesterday. So this is a critical match for them to win, otherwise it might be all over. Got to keep your eye on the ball, Gohil. Wild heave. And Sanandya doing very well again to trick him with that shorter ball.
The bowling attack of the Gladiators is far too good for such batters. The Lions have struggled so far. The main batters haven't been able to put up a decent score. We've hardly seen any valuable partnership.
I remain most disappointed with Chirag Jani, because he's gotten a start every match, but his strike rate very poor. And that will be taken as well. Caught the outer half of the bat. And it's Raval once again who moves smartly to his left. Not a difficult catch. But whatever little hopes we had from Gohil, now gone. Sanandya, beg your pardon, picks up his 3rd wicket. Memorable day for the bowler.
And this is a Parimatch News cheerful moment. Struggling to put bat to ball, this time trying too hard, trying to enforce. Unable to clear the field at mid-off. And it is Gohil. He'll have to go back to the pavilion. Scores 13 of 19. And it is 95 for 9, the Sorath Lions.
Batham, last man in. Turns it away very smartly. Should get even 2 for that if he wants. He's not in any hurry at all. And now he finally does. And he'll make it 2. What was he waiting for? I don't think he's too pleased to bat. Good bowler though. In the middle of all of this, Shanandia with 6 wickets becomes the highest wicket taker in the second season of the Parimatch News Saurashtra Premier League. Smartly taken. Good anticipation for that catch. Must have been swirling a bit, but he did a very good job. So Shanandia with 2 balls left has a chance here to get a 4-for.
Just stick to a right line and length, Shanandia. The entire season so far, bowls a wicket-to-wicket kind of a line and is able to change the length dependent on what the batter is trying to do.
He was stuck at his crease, was Batham. Still a low full toss put away. And each run matters. Now 98. 100 is no magic mark in a T20. But just a little psychology there. If they can get past 100, at least the tailenders would have contributed to the team. And I continue to say, Sabah, very disappointing by Chirag Jani to get in there but not accelerate. I'm sure he's disappointed with himself, with the rest of his team as well. But these two have now 7 deliveries and potentially at least 10-15 runs. Karamta's been there for a while. 6 from 11. Last ball of the over, 19th. Can't do much. Well bowled. 19 gone, 98 for 9. A 20 and a 23 in the middle. Jani once again, poor strike rate. Rishi Patel, the youngster, was there for a while. It was about a 40-run stand, and then again nothing till Gohil scored a slow 13. Last over. The Shahs having done so much for the Saurashtra Cricket Association. Okay, who's it to be? Yuvraj Chudasama with his leggies. No wicket so far. Well, a little bit of adventure once again. Do they take the 2? No.
He's gone wicketless so far, but had a healthy outing the last time around. He's been extremely economical even in today's encounter. He uses his height to good effect, can manipulate the length at will to Dasuma.
I have no doubt this is going to be a wrong on, because if Karamta wants to attack 6 from 12, he might go for a big heave and might miss it completely. Watch out for the wrong on. Didn't land it at the right place.
Absolutely. Wrong on at the wrong place though.
A reminder of Kuldeep Rawal. Brilliant today. 4 for 14 from 4. The wily lefty orthodox. They always have something special up their sleeve. Chudasama desperate to pick up a wicket here. And he gives a boundary away. What a wonderful sweep. Batham, you should have come earlier.
Batham picked up some important wickets in yesterday's encounter against Kutch Warriors. And it did show that he does bat. And that was a wonderful sweep shot for him. Finally a boundary.
And of course, we're past the 100 mark. 104 for 9. 3 balls to go. That was a very strong sweep. The reverse, and he gets enough of it. That's brilliant. Back-to-back boundaries. Batham making an important difference here towards the end. 2 balls still to go. It's 108. All smiles. Tailenders love these runs, don't they?
Batham, where have been hiding? He should have come up the order. Look at the improvisation and the connect. The reverse sweep. He knew where to hit this one. Or connects it so well. And it races to the fence. So back-to-back 2 boundaries.
2 balls to go. Batham still there. Tries a little bit of finesse. It does work for a single, but I expected him to go big. Well, there's a short third, and there's a slow bowler on. How much could you get for that shot? Just 1.
If nothing, at least it has spoiled the figures of Chudasama. 11 of this over.
No wickets for Nutcut, their best bowler and skipper. No wickets for Chudasama. Final ball of the innings. Big heave, big miss. And Karamta unable to support Batham's late charge. 13 from 6 for Batham. 7 for 14 from young Karamta. Didn't seem to have the strength to go big. There's been a wonderful bowling performance as well as a fielding and catching performance by the Gladiators. Unadkat should be very satisfied. Chirag Jani not so. 109 for 9 after choosing to bat first.
Excellent display by Jaydev Unadkat and his team. Extremely meticulous with the planning, and they were able to implement all that. Good stuff from Jaydev Unadkat as a captain, led from the front, stunning catch by him, while fielding at covers. And then Kuldeep Rawal, the left arm spinner, did the job for them. Good support from the other bowlers, especially Sanandya, who picked up 3 wickets. And the Lions, they were disappointed with this kind of a batting performance. They put in a big hard performance last night against the Kutch Warriors, but today they've been woefully short. No commitment from them, and you can see from the scorecard, no big runs here. 20 from Jani, Patel also 23, but no partnership whatsoever. And one is disappointed with the way Jani departed. Being the captain, one expected him to be far more responsible. A little bit of support, one can say, from the lower order, especially from Gohil and an end from Batham.
Yeah, Shanandia cleaned up the top, and Rawal took care of the middle. No major partnership except that 41 between Jani and young Rishi Patel. And just a bit of a late flurry with those 18 and 14 stands, but not enough, we think, to trouble the Gladiators. Of course, we'll find out later. They bowled really well today, gave only 2 extras away. Another tribute to their tight line and length, and of course, in terms of the wickets columns, Unadkat will be a little disappointed, but Rawal did so well. And down at the ground, it's Madonna with our man of the moment.
After the first innings, it is the Sorath Lions who have been restricted to 109 for 9 and by a dominant bowling side of the Gladiators. Right now in conversation with me is Kuldeep Rawal, who set a new record of 4 overs, 14 runs and 4 wickets. Kuldeep, पिच और लेफ्ट आर्म बॉलर्स का रोमांस काफ़ी दिखाई दे रहा है हमें परिमैच न्यूज़ प्रेजेंट्स एसपीएल सीजन 2 में।
ऑब्वियसली विकेट काफ़ी अच्छा है बॉलिंग के लिए, तो मज़ा आ रहा है और सब लोग अच्छी बॉलिंग कर रहे हैं, जगह पे बॉल डल हो रहा है तो बहुत फील अच्छा आ रहा है।
और आपको क्या लगता है कितना इजी होने वाला है ये चेस?
हमारे पास अच्छे बैटर्स है, वेल बैलेंस टीम है, हमारे पास स्लॉगिंग भी मारने के लिए भी है और रोकने के लिए भी है, तो हमारे लिए तो 20 ओवर तक नहीं जाना, 15 ओवर तक हो जाएंगे।
आई लाइक योर कॉन्फिडेंस। वैसे आपने आज सकारिया का रिकॉर्ड ब्रेक कर दिया है, तो फील्ड में आने से पहले आपके मन की बात हमें बताइए।
आई थिंक ऐसे रिकॉर्ड ब्रेक करने के लिए बस अपना बेस्ट देना है आपको 24 बॉल मिलती है, तो आप 24 बॉल कैसे यूटिलाइज करते हो वो मेन है। और मैंने बस वही किया कि मैं हर बॉल अपना बॉल डालूँ, मैंने जो प्रैक्टिस की है वो बॉल डालूँ और उस पर मुझे विकेट मिली तो बहुत अच्छा मजा।
बहुत बढ़िया आपने आज किया है। ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट फॉर द कमिंग मैच। ऑलराइट, ओवर टू द कमेंटेटर्स।
Thank you, Madonna. Rawal, a very sensible, can't say young man, but loved listening to him. And he had the gumption to say we should get there in the 15th. I wish their team luck. If Mankat goes, we've been saying, Sabha and I, that it could be a little rough. Yet, a very memorable day for Kuldeep Rawal. The best individual bowling figures in the Parimatch News Saurashtra Premier League. This is only season 2, but we'll see whether it can be better. I think Unadkat will be a little disappointed not being among the wicket column, but Shanandia did really well. Now, when they come back, whether it's in the 15th over or maybe a little later or earlier, but the Gohilwad Gladiators need only 110 runs to go 2 of 2. That chase when we return.
ये पक्का।
अब सीख तो गए, अब तो जाने दो मुझे।
ठहर जाइए, कोई प्रॉब्लम हो गई तो कहाँ ढूंढेंगे आपको?
फैंटेसी अखाड़ा का 24/7 कस्टमर सर्विस है, आपकी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करवा देंगे।
कल जाने देंगे। फैंटेसी स्पोर्ट्स का असली अखाड़ा।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व हैं और इसकी लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
ये पक्का।
अब सीख तो गए, अब तो जाने दो मुझे।
ठहर जाइए, कोई प्रॉब्लम हो गई तो कहाँ ढूंढेंगे आपको?
फैंटेसी अखाड़ा का 24/7 कस्टमर सर्विस है, आपकी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करवा देंगे।
कल जाने देंगे। फैंटेसी स्पोर्ट्स का असली अखाड़ा।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व हैं और इसकी लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
ये पक्का।
कितने पैसे चाहिए?
पैसा नहीं, इज्जत। मोहल्ले के चिरकुट लौंडे हरा रहे हैं फैंटेसी स्पोर्ट्स में। आप एक्सपर्ट हो, सिखाओ।
सिखाऊंगा तो जाने दोगे?
फैंटेसी स्पोर्ट्स का असली अखाड़ा।
इस गेम में वित्तीय जोखिम के तत्व हैं और इसकी लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से और अपने जोखिम पर खेलें।
Well, looking at the highlights of the Sorath Lions innings, a couple of boundaries, just a number of wickets. Those boundaries early on, but they never really got going. And that was caught it very neatly on the edge of the circle and flicked away on the onside. That will be out as well. It's just an innings hole. That was desperately unlucky. It really was. Push on the offside as well. And yeah, these are the lone batting highlights. Rishi Patel started quite brightly. A couple of fortuitous boundaries for him. And a big shout for LBW. Yeah, that was another one that was adjudged to be in front. And they never really got out of the blocks, to be perfectly honest. Bowled round his legs as well. And yeah, Kuldeep Raval bowled absolutely fantastically to pick up that 4 for 14. Highest ever. Lovely catch there by the skipper. What a grab that was, diving away to his left-hand side. Couple of blows to finish. Then another comfortable grab as well. Big shot round the corner. And it was an innings that never really got out of the blocks. That was a lovely reverse, actually. A couple of boundaries in that final 20th over to finish. But it doesn't look like it'll be enough. And alongside me, delighted to be joined by Salva Karim, the former Indian wicketkeeper. And well, 100, 109, 110 to win just doesn't look enough.
Yes, Johnny. The innings never got going for the Lions. I was quite disappointed with this kind of performance. What we saw yesterday, they were able to muster enough courage to beat Kutch Warriors. But today, they had this opportunity to put some reasonable score on board. Because they lost wickets in the power play, middle overs, they tried to revive the innings through this partnership between Chirag Jani and Patel. But once the left-hander Patel got out, then the others, they fell cheaply. And that is why they were bundled out for 109, and now the target here for the Gladiators, 110. They need to get this in the stipulated 20 overs.
Yeah, the lowest ever score defended was 135. 134 in fact. That came yesterday by the Zalawad against the Halar Heroes. That was a terrific effort, but 109 looks very, very short indeed. And the Sorath Lions going to have to do something fairly exceptional, you feel, to get home in match number 6. They've already lost one and they're in great danger of slipping out of contention. Of course, the defending champions. And it's been a bit of a worrying defence just thus far. Two opening batsmen just having a little chat about the way in which they're going to go about proceedings. Jadeja and Mangala, and the two men who'll take it on. And of course, waiting in that middle order is Parak Mankad, who got 82 off 52. Batted superbly in their one and only win here, and Gohilwad Gladiators, considering they didn't win a game in the 2019 competition, looked pretty good.
They have a wonderful mix of players. That's Waghela. He has some experience, and then on the other side is Jadeja, number 19, Vishwaraj Jadeja. They did very well today, though. The Gladiators on the field, they were terrific in their outfield and the catches they took. The bowling was precise, led wonderfully well by Jaydev Unadkat.
Yeah, Chirag Jani, the skipper, he'll be the man to get us underway. Push outside that off stump. A little bit of shape, which will give them a bit of encouragement. But really, if they've got any chance here, they've got to take wickets, and wickets quickly.
And we keep saying this, when you're defending a low score, if you can pick up early wickets, there is a strong possibility that you may win the game. But we didn't see that yesterday, Johnny. If you recall the day-night encounter yesterday, the Kutch Warriors were off to a blistering start in the power play, but it is the Lions who came back strongly. They were able to squeeze the Kutch Warriors and apply more pressure on them.
Another drive on the offside. Yeah, well, that was with scores, of course, of 154 to defend. And, yeah, 134 as well. That was defended as well. Those are the two scores that were both defended yesterday. A little look at the crowd, of course, and also some nice pictures of the outfield and the team here. Yeah, the skipper, what a catch he took early in the piece. He's had a good tournament thus far. And leave alone, you can afford to do that, of course, at this stage when you're only chasing 110.
And the reason why I brought up that point, Johnny, is the win yesterday should give them the confidence they can defend a small score, need to stay in the game, and they can do that by being economical, by being disciplined. So if they get to a stage where they can pick up early wicket, maybe Prerak Mankat, big wicket, and they can still manage to apply pressure on the Gladiators. It can happen because you've seen stranger things happen on the cricket field.
Wide of the off stump, and that doesn't bounce. A couple of bounces on the way through to the keeper. Yeah, they've got to stay in the game here. That's the key. What we have seen, of course, in this competition is that if you scratch away at the surface, take a couple of wickets early, suddenly the middle order often gets himself in a spot of bother.
And the variable bounce on this surface will help the bowlers, and more so in the evening. As you have noticed, there is some movement in the air. Chirag Jani got that shape with a couple of deliveries he bowled in this over.
Yeah, succession of dots, so we need a few more of those from a Sorath Lions point of view. Such a wonderful campaign back in 2019. Just the one loss, of course. Defending champions, clinging to their crown currently. Another dot. Perfect start, though. 5 dots in a row now.
Immaculate length here from Chirag Jani and an excellent line. So another dot delivery. This will add to the pressure, although there is no need to feel that at this stage. They do have Prerak Mankat padded up to come in at number 3, and what a knock he played in the last game. And they chased down the score only because of his exploits with the bat. Extremely mature innings from him.
Yes, he was quite brilliant. 82 off 52. To drive away again. No run coming from it. A maiden to kick off with. I don't see that very much in a power play or in T20. And it's well, none for none after one. Table, the Sorath Lions looking very vulnerable down there in 3rd position. Just the one win out of the first 2 games they've played, and they're in a spot of bother today. Gohilwad Gladiators, on the other hand, they're 1 win from 1 thus far, and looking very promising in this game so far. Karamata will be into the attack, the left armour.
A professional display from the Gladiators today on the field. We've talked about the bowlers, the spinners, the pace bowlers, plus the brilliance on the field, some stunning catches taken today. They need to complete it by getting to this target of 110 set up by the Lions here.
Nice ball to start off with. Another dot. Starting to build here, aren't they? 7 in a row now.
They need to be watchful though at times. Because the score is not so huge, you tend to play with far more caution than it is required. And suddenly you find yourself in a hole where the asking run rate goes up. Right now it's 5.84. Maybe 1 or 2 more tight overs, it'll go above 6, 6.5. And that's when the pressure builds up. And then you lose a couple of wickets and things just go haywire.
Good work from the bowler in his follow through as well. And that just keeps his pressure building. 8 dots now. Parimatch bowled really well in the 2019 campaign. 8 wickets for him. Yeah, nice bit of work in his follow through.
Dot after dot, that's what we have seen this far. So 8 deliveries and no runs on board. Good work by the left arm seamer. He has got a good rhythmic action and a repeatable action.
Another nice delivery, going past the outside edge on the angle. Excellent start this. 9 dots in a row. Could we see 2 maidens back to back?
Really delivers it from wide of the crease. And then he angles it away from the right-hander. And that's what confused the batsman there. Excellent delivery.
Yeah, slip for company. Gianni just marshalling his troops. He wants the third man just a little bit wider, going down with the angle. Down the track, edge, and what a catch! Oh, what a fantastic catch behind the stumps. Diving away to his right-hand side. Whoa, Gohil, what a grab, absolutely tremendous stuff, and the perfect start, you have to say. Not a run on the board, and a wicket goes.
Set it up beautifully by the left arm seamer, Karamta. Again delivered from wide of the crease, outside edge, and look at the keeper. Oh dear, what a catch. Dive to his right, a right-handed catch by the wicketkeeper Tarang Gohil. Impressive display behind the stumps, and a Parimatch News cheerful moment. And it's all because this combination of the left arm seamer and Tarang Gohil, the wicketkeeper. The first one goes, Vishwaraj Jadeja is gone for a duck. And Gladiators now off to a bad start here, 0 for 1.
Skipper looking a little bit mournful in the dugout there, but he's got his main man in, Parak Mankad. He's had a terrific tournament thus far with bat and ball. 82 or 52, of course, in that first win for the Gohilwad Gladiators. Strike rate of 142, that would be handy today. Best of 82, of course, we've seen that in this edition of the tournament.
It's a new season for Prerak Mankad and his side, but look at this again. One can keep watching it again and again. Excellent footwork, outstretched hands, his right hand, and he picks this up. If he had let it go, it may not have gone to the slip fielder. It was the keeper's catch, but he had to go for it. And I did that with so much of confidence. Brilliant display by Tarang Gohil.
It's those kind of explosive moments and inspirational moments that'll be so critical here if they've got any chance of defending this. And just another look. What a grab. What a grab. I think he was concerned that it might not have got to first slip. Keeper's prerogative. Tremendous stuff. just pitching outside the leg side, I think, and it runs away. They'll get through for a single, the first of the piece. Be leg buys though, end of the over, 1 for 1 after 2. The Parimatch News SPL Season 2, match number 6. Gianni, well, he's bowled a maiden already. 6 dots to his name. He'll need something inspirational for the captain here. Still, they've got off to the perfect start. Right, Mankad just handing something to one of the members of the fielding side. Brilliant tournament so far. Looked imperious with about that first innings. Well, that first match, the first win for the Gohilwad Gladiators.
There is variable bounce on the surface, and that is troubling most of the batters. We saw that in the first innings, and even now. Let's have a look at the catch again. Tarang Gohil, well done, young man, delivered from wide the crease, and look at the batter, he's trying to play him on the onside, and at time when it happens, the keeper gets swayed by the shot which the batsman is trying to do, but still he had his eyes glued on the ball, and a superb catch. He really had to dive across the fielder that slipped. Again, big catch, big nick, oh yes, the big wicket. This time it's Parimatch Mankad. Chirag Jani, what a breakthrough. And in trouble here the Gladiators. The big wicket here, Parimatch Mankad, he'll have to go back.
Wow, it's a Parimatch cheerful moment as well. Parimatch News, and oh, Mankad 82 or 52 in the first game, and look at this, just nipped off the seam, big outside edge, another great comfortable catch on this occasion by Gohil. He has to go. Oh, Gianni's absolutely delighted, hasn't conceded a sausage either so far off the bat. He has to go. Gohil goes for 1. And the Gohilwad Gladiators are 1 for 2. He's a right-handed bat. Well, he's got a job to do, hasn't he? Already 2 in the shed, only 1 on the run, 1 on the board as well. That's a leg by as well. Decent bowling again by Gianni. Lovely lines, lovely commitment to the cause.
That's a good backup delivery. They are gasping for breath here, the Gladiators, and this is what happened the second delivery. The ball was meant to be hit, he went for it, but did not go that much across to have a better control over the shot. Thick outside edge and an easier grab there for the wicketkeeper, and they exult, all of them together. They are in the game here, they are in contention. The captain has done the job. Has picked up that important scalp of Parimatch Mankad. What is happening here? It's not easy to chase under lights, because that's what we have noticed, Johnny. There is more zip of the surface, it gathers pace, and there is some shape on the deliveries bowled by both the seamers, the left arm and the right arm seamer. And if you hit the deck with an upright seam, there is that extra bounce. The players have not been able to adjust to that bounce and the movement of the surface. And I mentioned that in my pitch report, that cool breeze, it definitely helps the bowlers to get some assistance in the air.
Another swing and a miss. Slightly more invariable bounce. Again outside that off stump. We've seen a few of these in the course of this innings so far. Gohil doesn't like it, poor lad. Just taking something nasty on the fingers there.
The first one to go. An absolute brilliance from the wicketkeeper. And this time more to do with the line and the length and kind of an indiscreet waft from Prerak Mankad. 2 gone here, Gladiators, with only 2 on board.
Yes, we could be in for a major night of drama here. Gianni will know what he has to do. Full of length, edgy, and down through third man, very fortuitous. Oh, yes, another boundary. Well, the first boundary of the piece, end of the over, and it's 6 for 2 after 3. Looking at that card again, Gohil in on the action with that outstanding catch to get rid of Jadeja, and of course he got rid of Mankat as well behind the stumps. A slightly more conventional one on that occasion. Karamta, he's got the 1 wicket so far, 5 dots in there as well. Again, just a bit of hop off the surface.
It is troubling the batters, isn't it? This up and down surface. Last over, last ball, good delivery from Chirag Jani. A tentative prod from the right-hand batter. Was lucky to find that gap between backward point and the slip. Oh, excellent line from Chirag Jani. I'm happy that he came on to bowl the second over, and even now he's got Karamta to bowl a second over. This shows an attacking mindset with quite an attacking field.
Back for a couple. Nice little shot on the angle down through third man. Good tumbling stop down there. They're going to need that kind of commitment. Sorath lines, it's Rishi Patel down on the boundary, doing very nicely indeed.
Wickets and wickets, that's what they need here, the Lions. They've done so well till now. An excellent line, both of them have bowled. And the left arm seamer generally delivers from wide of the crease, tends to take the ball away from the right-hand batter. Hasn't seen him bring the ball in so far, but can he do that? Does he have that ability to bring the ball in? If he can do that, that'll add more confusion in the batsman's mind. Or I correct myself, the batter's mind.
Well, that run rate required is 6.18. No major worries really, but the fact that 2 of the big guns are already back in the shed makes it a problem. Cutting nicely through third man. There is a man back there, but he won't get it. And he won't stem that particular boundary. Lovely bit of batsmanship. Just waited for it on the back foot and dispatched with aplomb.
Yeah, played very well. Used the pace off the bowler and the wicket and guides it towards that third man area. There was a fielder there at short, beg your pardon, at fine third man that was too far away from him. They need to soak in the pressure. That's what is needed at this stage.
Another decent ball there. Granta allowing the Mehta no room to play, which he did on the previous ball, of course.
Sensible head to absorb the pressure. That's what is needed from the Gladiators. 2 down for 12, one of the main run getters, Prerak Mankad, one of the most experienced player not only in the side but in this tournament, is back in the hut.
Change of angle. And again, another dot. 6 coming from the over so far. End of the over. 12 for 2. The Gohilwad Gladiators. Just the 3, required is 6.12. No major alarms with that, but the problem for the Gohilwad Gladiators, they've lost the 2 men at the top. Just looking at that card again, Parimatch and Jani, the opening bowlers have picked up 1 apiece so far. And Sonu Batham will be into the attack. Best of 3 for 29, that came in the last game. Well, absolutely superbly. Economy rate of 7.25. Something like that here would be really useful.
It was a good comeback from Batham in yesterday's game. He went for runs in the power play but came back and picked up some critical wickets for his side in the end overs. So he has the ability to use his variations to good effect. Let's see what he does today.
Bringing the ball back into the right-hander. Needs to hammer away on a length outside that off stump. But we've seen a couple of variable bounces. We've also seen the ball nip off the seam. Another element of things you need to deal with as a batsman.
With a variable bounce coming from the picture, it would make sense to stick to a wicket-to-wicket line, Johnny, isn't it? It's even so whenever you beat the batsman, there's a possibility of getting a wicket.
Outside the off stump, nicely played by the gather, but nicely fielded as well at backward point. Another dot.
So Batham, as I said, picked up some important wickets for his side. This was the game last night against Kutch Warriors. Straight into the hands of sweeper cover. Denied the batsman to play any big shots with good effect. This time again towards long on, bowled to his strength, bowled to his field, and this is the big wicket of Harvick Desai. He was batting quite well. Once he got the wicket of this, it was all over for the Kutch Warriors.
Oh, a bit of a drag across on that occasion, and that will be a wide. First one of the piece. First lack of discipline really shown by the Sorath Lions.
Completely avoidable. In a situation like this, when there is pressure on the Gladiators, they are 13 for 2. You possibly can't afford to bowl such wides. Why would you want to give extra runs when you know the batsman is under pressure? And one has built up the pressure by bowling such dot deliveries.
Oh, advancing. And doesn't beat the man on the edge of the circle. A little bit lucky on that occasion, the Sorath Lions. A couple of yards either side. That would have been another boundary.
So there is zest and intensity on the field from the Sorath Lions. They sense that they can go for the kill here. They do have a chance. They feel that 109 is a defendable target because they got the big wicket of Prerak Mankad. It has happened before on numerous occasions on different platforms. It can happen here also.
Yeah, the middle orders in this competition get 2 or 3 and automatically the pressure just builds. Batting prowess just deteriorates a fraction as you go through the card. Moving away on the onside. Oh, that wasn't a million miles away from mid-wicket. We'll get back for a couple. That it could easily have gone to hand.
The oohs and ahs of watching a sport, it happens all the time. The fielder feels it should have gone to the fielder position at mid-wicket. At times the fielder feels, oh, wish the ball had come to me.
driving very sweetly through the offside. There is a sweeper out there. He'll do well. And they'll get back for a couple. Nice bit of touch play, nice bit of timing.
Quite sound here, Vagela, so far. He's allowing the ball to come to him before trying to execute any shots. Watchful of the movement of the surface or a bounce of the wicket. And it is needed because even now the asking run rate is not very steep, it's only 6.13.
Looking to cut, and well, an appeal. Nothing doing, end of the over, 5 gone, 17 for 2.
Here's a little comparison of what Sorath Lions did. We thought they started pretty badly, 31 for 3. Shanadi are doing all the early damage. But the Gohilwad Gladiators, 17 for 2, and they were, what, 2 for 2. This is a bit of a repair job. A stand of 16 from 17 between Vagela and Mehta. Good to see the crowds in here. It's only Monday, but I'm glad they've made the journey here. The outskirts of town, wonderful stadium. And of course, all of a sudden, a very interesting match with those 2 early wickets gone. I'm joined by Pragyan Oja. Pragyan, we got Rishi Patel coming in now, and wouldn't they dearly love a 3rd wicket, particularly of Vagela, but we'll see. They've started really well in their defense for a low total.
Absolutely, they did. They were very positive, but that is a very tricky situation. We've often seen lot of batting team when they're chasing low total, at times they tend to not plan well when they're chasing those small totals, and they over defend. They become more defensive, or maybe a little more cautious. That's what I feel. But when you're chasing low totals, I feel strongly that you should just play normal cricket, not just think too much about it.
I wonder what is going on with the pitch, because certainly from the Parimatch media end, the ball's keeping very low. Consistently low. Again, oh, he'll steal a single. Well done. They need every run they can get. Oh, he was well home. So there is a little bit of an inconsistency in the bounce in this pitch, and that, of course, there's no bigger fear or apprehension that can get into the minds of batsmen. There's that stolen single again.
Yeah, you're right. The wicket is little drier, and when you're trying to bowl slow, it has troubled the batsman. And it's quite clearly the batsman is in, comfortably in. Well done, Rana, but the batsman is in. But as you said, I think all the bowlers, what they did was they was mixing up the pace, and maybe when the Lions were batting, they observed this, and then they decided to vary their pace, and that's the reason why they've kept the Gladiators quiet till now.
Oh, that sneaks through. That's another boundary. 2 fielders almost getting to it. One with the right hand, one with the left. And that split the field, and that's very good news for the Gladiators and Vagela.
As I said, and this is a Parimatch news, cheerful moment for the batting department. As I said, they were quiet. Maybe they heard me and they got this boundary. But a beautiful drive, beating 2 fielders. And timing was pinnacle here.
True, didn't hit it too hard. Just gave it a nice push, well timed in the gap. What does Patel come back with? Same ball, this time well done. And they still sneak across. Nice good thinking by the batsman. Normally, of course, one of the cliches about cricket is don't run off a misfield. And I think they knew they had enough time here.
And the best part was they judged it well. They knew the fielder was not in balance and was not in control of the ball, and they took that single. And the most important thing is showing that you're hungry to win the game. Right now we can feel it. The Gladiators are slowly making a comeback.
Short thirds really coming into play today. Earlier the keeper Gohil from well, the man who's keeping now was also caught at a very fine short third. Good comeback by young Patel after being driven for that boundary. They need to keep it really tight because soon they start running out of time, and when they start running out of time they have a decent partnership building. Already 22 from 22, and a little bit of panic starts setting into the fielding team, and the bowlers just try harder and harder, and sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
Yes, it can, but the Lions, they're quite used to this situation. Last night we saw something similar where the Kutch Warriors were cruising. Suddenly they did a great job, and that's end of the over. 23 for 2, sorry.
Very poor by the Sorath Lions after winning the toss, opting to bat first, just 109, losing 9 wickets. Record performance by the Gohilwad Gladiator bowlers. Raval 4 for 14. In their reply though, the Gladiators have not started well, and there's every opportunity here now with Batham. Has got no wickets so far, gave only 5, did very well in their previous match, which Pragyan you were talking about. We'll get back to that in a second. No timing. Batham did very well to pick up 3 or 4 wickets the last time around. And as you were saying, that they know, the Sorath Lions, how to defend low totals. What a catch! Just brilliant earlier on by the keeper. And here too, this one much simpler, but it's the bigger wicket. Parimatch Mankad going for a very cheap score today. And then of course a few boundaries backward of square. Back live.
Slowly and gradually the Gladiators are building up. They lost a big wicket there, Parimatch Mankad. They've been using the pace of the bowlers, as I said, on this kind of a track. If you vary your pace, that's when you have made life miserable for the batsmen. If you give them some pace, they're quite comfortable. We saw that late cut and that cover drive. All that, there was pace in the delivery.
It was a bumped effort, so it wasn't a catch, but always excites the crowd. Yet, had he fielded it with both hands and actually caught it, then the run would not have been on.
Every slow delivery, that was a great effort, but wasn't a catch, as you said. But bowler was not happy.
Bowlers don't want to give anything away ever, Pragyan. I can see you getting irritated as well. Why got that single going?
Especially when you're defending such a small total.
There is a deep square, and of course, it's opened up a bit. What's interesting for me, Pragyan, is the fact that you're defending a low total, and obviously now power play is up. So there it is again, the bump ball, very evident, and the misfield led to the single. But do they keep an extra man inside the circle or not in terms of attacking? Because they need wickets. They can't afford to have the Gladiators keep pushing it around, take the singles, because they're not defending very much. Oh, slower one. Caught it away. That's going to be a very welcome boundary for the Gladiators. And Mehta sensing his opportunity. Not a very clever slower one. If you drop it short, so much time to see it.
You can't bowl short on this wicket. The wicket is slow. So when you're bowling slow, you have to bowl up. That's a Parimatch cheerful moment for the batting unit back to back. That means they're slowly coming back into the game. The beauty about this wicket is the more you spend time on this wicket, it gets better for you. The new man comes in, the life becomes difficult.
Much better, but it's in the gap. 7 overs gone. It's 31 for 2. Sorath Lions did very well to get rid of the big two, Jadeja and of course the big fish, Parimatch. But these two are doing a good job now. Vaghela and Mehta, not worried about the strike rate so much. Mehta is just under 100, Vaghela only 78, but plenty of time. 13 overs, not too many runs to score, and for whatever it's worth, they've kept it tight. Just one extra, the Sorath Lions, but I just wonder when the shoulders will start dropping unless they pick up another wicket soon.
Mind you, Rakshit Mehta played a very crucial role in the previous game with Mankad. Now he's playing also another important role with Vaghela, and I like the way Vaghela is playing. He saw two of his partners getting out, but he kept his cool and he tried to drag the game. That's what you need to do as a batting unit. When things are tough, when you lose your important wicket, you don't lose your cool. You just stay there. And the best part is you have that cushion because it's not a big total. And it's not a great start for Jay Chauhan.
Yeah, bowled down leg. But this is the end, the pavilion end, that Raval caused havoc with his left arm spin. But we remind you the sports coverage doesn't get better than the 12th Khiladi, where you find fantasy tips, match predictions, in-depth statistical analysis, live updates, fan opinions. Log on to www.12thkhiladi.com for the best sports coverage, and log on now. No, bad ball. There's a long off. But if Chauhan could only do what Raval did. However, Madonna is down by the boundary line with another guest.
In conversation with Hitesh Goswami, the head coach of Gohilwad Gladiators, it looked like a great start with the ball, but with the bat, things not going your way. Are you nervous?
Not really. I'm not nervous. Yeah, so we lost a couple of early wickets, but we've got a betting line to get over the line.
But when you say early wickets, you lost Prerak. So who is the other batter who you are confident about?
So I think so we've got many all-rounders still. Number 9 we can bat. So we've got Jodha Unadkat to follow as well. Then we've got Fenil, Soni, Chaya and Kuldeep Rawal. So we've got quite a bit of batting left.
And what do you think about this wonderful initiative Parimatch News presents Saurashtra Premier League? How encouraging is for young players?
It is just excellent from Saurashtra Cricket Association. If you see, with this tournament, about 90 boys of Saurashtra are getting exposure on a national front. So obviously when they go out and play for BCCI matches, this is going to help them a lot. And in near future, you will see more and more players of Saurashtra playing IPL.
Yes, and it gets even better with a head coach like you, because the team has won in the first match and this looks easy.
Nothing is easy in cricket, isn't it? You have to go and play well, just have to play to the merit of the ball.
All right, thank you so much for conversing with us. All the very best for the match. Over to the commentators.
Well, the coach certainly giving us an inkling about the batting to follow. I'm sure they're very disappointed about the early loss of Mankad, but he's right. They do bat deep. And if they don't panic, just keep taking these singles. Very well done by Mehta. That's all they need. Or was that Vaghela? Sorry.
Very confident coach. He was quite confident in answering that he has got a depth in batting. And that's the over. 38 for 2.
Vaghela on 17, Mehta on 16, slightly better strike rate, 38 for 2. Plenty of time left. Pragyan, I have to say that unless they take wickets, this is an easy cruise and they'll get more and more desperate. I've said that before, the bowlers.
Yeah, that's the key. You need to pick wickets, especially when you're defending small totals. And once the batsmen, they're set and they understand what the wicket is doing, most of the pressure is just taken care of. That's the reason, as you were mentioning, get one extra fielder in or have a catching fielder. Do something to excite the batsmen, because if they take singles, take doubles, I think they're quite comfortable.
So many gaps in the infield, having a traditional four-fielder infield setup. That these two clever batsmen, Mehta and Vaghela, can just keep pushing it around, and they don't need to do anything more. They need 17-70, run a ball, and you can't get easier equations in T20 cricket. Maybe a mid-on just to stop them from pushing and getting these singles and forcing them to go over the top. Something different, Johnny. Come on.
They're quite comfortable with those singles. They know the calculation. They run a ball. They're not taking chances. Just making sure the ball hits the bat and go for a single. Or if the ball is in your radar, you can get a boundary or maybe go for maximum.
Some of the Gladiator supporters, team owners, they're all here. And I really fancy the batting team. I mean, you might say that the two best batsmen are out early. It's now 41. They have barely a few runs to make to get a win here. That's better. Now that drive didn't get them a run. Oh, no! Hits the stumps. That's cruel. Off the ricochet, they get another run. So needless.
No, you don't expect that from someone like Chirag Jani. Very good pickup, no run. You don't have to throw. The batsman was inside the crease. There was no run at all. You can see the disappointment on bowler's face. Rishi Patel, he says,
Pragyan,
the run goes.
I love this. Rishi Patel, to any other fielder, he might have said, "What are you doing?" Then he turned around and said to the skipper, he said, "Oh, okay." Ooh, easy now. You don't want to get an injury. I think he might have done his groin in there because of the slip. These guys are tough, by the way, Pragyan. All these guys are playing the Saurashtra Premier League. I've seen some really tough characters. Gladiators can well afford to smile.
Yeah, they can. And when you're talking about toughness, things have changed drastically. In the last few years, all these cricketers, all in, like, especially in the junior age group, people have been training really hard, trying to get fitter and fitter. They're seeing someone like Virat Kohli, someone like KL Rahul. They're setting the benchmark. That's the reason everybody's trying to work hard on their fitness and trying to be fitter and fitter.
What was that? Was that an appeal for a leg before, or did the ball catch the bat and pop up for a catch which didn't go? 9 overs gone. 42 for 2. The graph representing the run chase is much lower than the Sorath Lions, but I think they've got plenty of time. And of course, the loss of only those 2 early wickets, it's all about the wickets. You take the wickets, you win this match. If you don't, then the Gohilwad Gladiators are going to walk this 110 that they need.
Initially, they had lost their track, but somehow I get a feeling they are slowly getting that control over their chase. And they're looking comfortable here. I expect Jai Chauhan to have a catching fielder or do something different so that he can challenge the batsman differently. Because the batsmen right now, they're just thinking about 6 and over. And they're happy with it.
And the last over, his first, Chauhan bowled a few down leg. And of course was driven as well for a boundary. But here, hopefully, he put in a better display, because I say again that it's from the pavilion end, this end, that Raval put in 4 for 14. Chauhan must emulate that. Of course, 2 men behind square on the off, so a late cut or the cut was well fielded earlier. The boundary riders have gone. There's a deep mid wicket, deep square, long leg, and the deep. No, that might elude the fielder. Oh, that's a boundary. Well played in the end. It was up in the air for a while. Mid-on couldn't get to it. The wicket was too wide. A little fortunate.
But it's very welcoming. I would say that was an encouraging step for the bowler. At least you're telling the batsman to go after you. They're asking them to do something different from their mindset. They're already prepared for those 6 or 7 runs and over. Now you're forcing them to go after you. You're creating some chance. Without doing that, I don't think you'll create a chance for yourself to win as a bowling unit.
Yeah, this is the perfect shot for the batsman. Just push it into the V, take the easy single, and they don't need to do any more. We do need to have some more cover in the V. Big appeal. I think they were sliding down leg. And of course, the batsman, Mehta, places his leg in an exaggerated fashion towards the onside.
Especially when the ball goes with the arm. If it starts from the middle stump, then you'll end up missing the stumps. Normally, umpires will be interested if the ball pitches off stump or slightly outside off stump. That's when the ball might hit the stumps when it comes in.
The Doyen of Saurashtra Cricket Association, been involved for so long, over 50 years, Niranjan Shah. Congratulations again for the Parimatch News SPL Season 2 as we get into the last ball before we reach the halfway stage. And they've done very well, the Gohilwad Gladiators, through Vaghela and Mehta, to reach 49 for 2. And just a few runs left. They should be able to win easily.
So that equation, 6.1 required is the rate, 49 for 2, 61 off 60. Yes, there are the key figures behind this incredible stadium and this incredible event. Left an incredible legacy in the Rajkot region and the Saurashtra Cricket Association. Satyajit Singh Gohil is into the attack, and well, he's going to have to work his magic here, you feel, Sabha?
Yes, they need some more wickets here. But so far, the 2 players only get a single. Vaghela and Mehta. They've managed to ride the rough seas quite well. The early onslaught must have come with a shock to the Gladiators. But since then, both the players, Vaghela and Mehta, have absorbed the pressure and have batted quite well.
Wide of the off stump, looking for a drive. That's the voice of Saurabh Karim next door to me, who's a former Indian wicketkeeper. He's got a pretty good perspective of some of the wickets that have fallen today. Another full toss down the ground. There'll be at least a couple. In fact, there'll just be the one. Good bit of work actually down there at long on.
Smart cricket overall. Not a good delivery though. Didn't have that kind of power that would have evaded the fence fielders. Mr. Niranjan Shah has done so much for Saurashtra cricket, standing next to the curator.
Wider and turning wider. Slapped into the offside. Runs just ticking over, 52.2 off 10.4, 58 off 56, and well, bags of time, bags of wickets. Could be quite comfortable these final stages, but let's see. 58 from 56 is the equation.
Good delivery from the leggy. This is actually a good test to see whether you have the right kind of balance or the strength in your batting to get to a target like this. A good variation, front of the hand, the flipper wasn't picked up well by the right hand batter. Was expecting the ball to turn, it skidded off the surface.
Yes, one that just runs straight on that occasion. End of 11, 52 for 2 the score for the Gohilwad Gladiators. Score 29 without loss in those critical middle overs. Gohilwad Gladiators, they just had the first 2 that they lost in the power play when they're in a rotten situation, 2 for 2 at that stage. In fact, there might have just been 1 on the board before they lost the 2 wickets. Rishi Patel is in the attack, bowled quite nicely thus far. Couple of overs, 5 dots, just conceding the 10. But with the position they find themselves in, Sabah, there's no great pressure, very difficult to exert any pressure, and a few dots here isn't really going to worry them.
Yes, Johnny, but having said that, I do believe that they're still in the hunt. I may be looking at a very positive side of this game, but I feel Chirag Jani has handled the side quite well. The only defending 110, which is not a big score. But, you know, a couple of more wickets here, you never know what may happen. There may be a twist in the tail.
And a few of those in the tournament thus far. Back of a length, just hopping a touch. That run rate just continuing to climb. I guess the first angle is to try and get it up and above 7. Then it starts to become harder when it's more than a run a ball.
And this is the right way to go about it. To exert more pressure, they are building up on the dot deliveries. And the asking run rate is going up 6.69. And chasing has never been easy. And when the pressure builds up 7.5, that's when you try and play something which is not required. You go for a big shot and then you succumb. I mean, right now what is needed is just to keep the scoreboard ticking, rotation or strike, and that hasn't happened.
Yes, an array of dots so far. This partnership though, 51 on 58 for Nihar Vagela and Raksit Mehta. Mehta's 20 off 27 and 27 off 34 is Vagela. Oh, he's bowled him! Oh, what a delivery! It's a big swing down the ground, he's missed, and it's Castle him knocking back the off stump. What a lovely bit of bowling that was, it really was, and it couldn't have come at a better time for Rishi Patel.
Well, this goes to show that strike rotation is so important. If you don't do so, you add pressure on yourself, and then you play a shot like this, which is not required. The wrong line, the wrong shot to play, across the line, and Rishi Patel, who has bowled a wicket-to-wicket line, as Castle's the right-hander here. Big wicket has come at the right time for the Lions. Vagela played a good knock, 27 of 35. He's gone now, is 52 for 3.
Well, the skipper's in. Mini crisis. And he comes to the crease. He's done that on a couple of occasions. Jaydev Yankat, of course, hit a lovely 6 in that 12 in the previous game. And he'll just need to just nurse this middle order home. Very doable, of course, 58 off 50.
Love to see a slip here for Jaydev Yankat. 2 balls to go in this over. Rishi Patel has bowled so well. Apply some more pressure, get a slip in.
It's a good ball as well, isn't it? Angling back off the seam. Just a prod forward from the skipper. Another dot.
And this is what happened. Waghela was batted so well. This time, didn't pick the right ball to hit in that area. Went across the line. Big gap between the bat and ball. And Rishi Patel pierces the defense of Waghela. And gets the 3rd wicket for his side. And he's delighted and so happy.
Oh, it's a good one. Oh, what a ball. That really is. Just nipping off the seam. Bounce as well from back of the length. Fantastic over. 12 gone. 52 for 3. Outstanding view of this world-class cricket facility at the heart of the Saurashtra Cricket Association. And we're looking at those wonderful lights on the exterior as well. 58 off 49 required. Gohil is into the attack, and it's a big shot tried first up. They will scramble a couple. They only just managed to get past the infield. Signs of intent.
The kind of shot he has played this time around, it shows that they are desperate now. First signs that anxiety has set in. They want to get to the target as soon as possible, instead of trying to play according to the merit of the delivery, trying to get into good position.
Another big swing, tossed up, dribbles out to the end of the, just outside the circle. They get back for a couple of sharply taken ones. Oh, a little bit scrappy on that occasion, but some bright running.
Good running in the end, but there was an opportunity. If the fielder had swiftly reached the ball, the inside edge, and the fielder had fine leg, he ran in hard. Throw wasn't really so fast to reach the stumps at the non-striker's end. The bowler wasn't in position.
Yeah, that rate is above 7 now, which really means that you have to start concentrating as a chasing side. Never straightforward. 7 wickets left, but we've seen these vulnerable middle orders through the course of this season too. Down the track and driven back at the bowler. That'll be another dot.
Some miserly overs bowled by the pace bowlers. They also need the leggy to come up to a mark. He bowled a pretty decent over the first up.
Full toss. There'll be a little bit of value down the ground. Just be a single. Always the danger, of course, the leg spinner. Always difficult to keep it tight in these circumstances when you've got the odd full toss in the armoury.
So that's the kind of delivery on which 4 or 6 was written. And if you don't make use of such deliveries, the loose deliveries, you add more pressure. A single of that delivery does not make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah, you can take some real pressure off by starting to launch those ones when it's above 7. Great cut. No chance of beating the infield there. Another dot. Good over.
Has bowled quite well. First game for him, the leg spinner. No run there. Jaydev Yankat will have to come back. Yeah, he does. Pressure is building up. Only 5 conceded so far.
Good sense,
Yes, this is an excellent phase of the game, you have to say, for the Sorath Lions, whose campaign hangs by a thread. You feel the next 7 overs or so could well dictate how they end up and whether they can get out, scramble out of this group or not. Wide of the off stump, it's just a bump really down the ground. We'll get a single, end of the over, 58 for 3, and we've had 13 gone. The mini match summary. Sorath Lions 109 for 9 in their 20. Laboured effort that, to be honest, but the Gohilwad Gladiators 58 for 3 after 13. They've got a lot to do now. That run rate is just a fraction below 7.5. Well, the kids are enjoying it. Plenty of people in again. Been a very, very well attended tournament. Crowds have continued to build. Rishi Patel continues. Oh, big shots down the ground. Has that gone all the way? I think it has. What a shot that is by the skipper. We will check it.
That is experience for you. He knows they need one big over to cruise to the target. As it hit the fence, no, one bounce into the skirting. Should be a 4, nothing more than that. But a good blow from the captain who not cut.
Yeah, one bounce 4. It's a nice bit of batting though. Got the men up in the circle, straight down the ground. He's prepared to take it on. Up and over mid-off. And just one bounce away. Defends on that occasion, much better length. Doesn't allow him to free his arms.
He just bowled the hard length. The one that went for 4, tried the slower delivery, had the mid-off up. He pitched it up and Unadkat was up to it. That's his strength, Jaydev Unadkat. The way he has bowled so far in his 3 previous overs, he's kept it at that hard length areas, and from there he has benefited.
I was thinking about doing something more extravagant, but it's a good length. Talk about that hard length, that's more of a back of length delivery, but he can't do a great deal with that, and it's straight as well.
In the kind of field you have set, it's more important that you keep bowling at this length. So fielder goes back at deep mid-wicket and you're getting the third man in, that is fine. You have a cover at sweeper and then you have a long off.
It's careless, little down leg side. Now they'll get back for a single. They might well come back for 2 actually. He's just dribbled out to the edge of the mid-wicket circle. Can't cut it off. Another 2 to the tally. Handy over this.
6 of this over so far. Smart cricket by Unadkat. The fielder was pushed back and there was another backward square leg. And such a huge ground. Easy 2 there.
Yeah, useful little hand this so far by Unadkat. 7 off 6. Slower ball, well played. Now to hustle through for a single, as that's played down to third man. And this has turned into a pretty good over for the chasing side.
It's more than evident that Jaydev Unadkat will have to bat right through to ensure a win here for his side. He has the experience, plus he has the skill to negotiate this kind of a phase. Mehta, on the other hand, has batted quite well, 25 of 31. He can be a support player.
Oh, big shot for OBW. Will that be close? Oh, must have struck him just outside. Oh, end of the over. 14 gone, 65 for 3. Sorath Lions. Be happy that worm of the Gohilwad Gladiators is below where they were. That's where they need to keep it. That rate 7.5. Well, we'll probably have a little look at that LBW shaft in the previous over.
Itching to see that replay. Where did it hit? Where was the impact? Last ball, last over. Rishi Patel on strike Mehta. Oh! Was he right in front or was it outside the off stump? What about Hyde? Was it going over? The umpire thinks maybe it was outside the line of off stump. I don't think so. Because while playing that shot, he had to come down. And that's where the ball hit the pads.
Out for me. Out for me. Jay Sean is the man into the attack. Oh, they'll get a squeeze, another single.
Let's look at the angle and where it hit the batsman's pad. Marginal. Maybe outside the off stump. A tough call for the umpire.
Yes, that first movement gets a big movement outside the off stump. And strikes him on the upper part of the leg. One of those that, at first glance, you think is really tight. Down the track. Does he get hold of it? He doesn't. He holds out. Oh, it's Rishi Patel with a catch as well. He's very strong down the ground. And there's another moment in this game. Oh dear. And Mehta has to drag himself off the field to play.
And the game has ebbed and flowed. This time it's Mehta who wants to play the big shot. Wasn't really up to it. Holds it out to the fielder at long off. And a very good catch taken there by the fielder. Another wicket falls. They are in trouble here, the Gladiators. A lot depends on what Jaydev Unatkar does from here. Rakshit Mehta played a good hand, 25 of 34, is 66 for 4 now, the Gladiators.
Well, Jot Chahar is the next man in, a right-handed bat. And well, he's got a job to do here. 44 off 34, 8 required and over. That's the permutation of what we have here. 15 and a half overs left. Chorn's going nicely, 1 for 15. Just to push out on the offside.
This is much better. Give the strike to Jaydev Unatkar. Rakshit Mehta there trying to play the big shot, was not in control at all. Didn't have the power nor the intention to go behind that delivery or behind that shot.
Gets the sweep away. Does it beat the man on the circle? It does. There is a man out there. They'll get back for a brace. These are handy runs at this stage.
Intelligent stuff from Unatkar. He's trying to play the angles here. He's trying to put the ball in areas where there are no fielders posted. At least he can get double. And that's what he's trying to do. He needs support from the other end.
Yes, will there be another blow down the ground? Ian Ankat did the same in the last over. Tries it again. Does he find the gap? He doesn't, because there's a man out there, Rishi Patel, on the rope. Just gets through for a single. After 15, the Gohilwad Gladiators are 70 for 4.
50 deliveries, 9 out of 10 times you'd expect the chasing side to close things in style, but this game has had its fair shares of twists and turns, and Sorath Lions have always had this habit of coming back late into the game. The next 5 overs is going to be accelerating action, and giving me company in the comm box is going to be former India player Pragyan Ojha. Pragyan, what a time to come in, not just for the players but for us as well.
Yes, for us and the Sorath Lions. They're coming back and they're like, the game is not over and we're not out of the contest.
What a delivery. Sonu Batham last evening got 3 wickets and brought Sorath Lions back into the game and got them that victory. And tonight as well, he's getting that ball to talk.
What a bounce. There's some crack, I guess, on that surface where when the seam is hitting, and then that's the reason why there's that extra bounce. We saw the ball keeping low, now there's a little bit of bounce off the track. And last wicket was Rakshan Mehta. Previous game he was the star with Mankad.
Slashing, fending outside the off stump, pressure mounting with every dot ball. We saw it last evening. 93 was the partnership by Kutch Warriors for the first wicket, chasing 154. And then Chirag Jani and his boys came back and just closed them on 140, winning by 14 runs. And once again, we see them doing something similar this evening.
Yes, indeed. And I'm really loving the way Chirag Jani is captaining his side. He time and again said that he's got a young side, and making these young boys do something special is brilliant. And saying that, Jaydev has got a boundary here. That was a bad delivery, Sonu. You should not be bowling that length, that line. When the wicket is doing so much for you, you have to make sure you bowl right areas, and this is the boundary we're talking about. And Jaydev, focusing like a hawk, made sure he punishes that ball which was going down the leg. And you can see the frustration in Sonu's face, and even the captain looks dejected. He knows every run is crucial here.
Oh, he slashes that. His protection in the deep, and that's why it's very important for Sonu Batham to bowl to his field. This is a much better delivery on that occasion. The previous one just trying to bowl it a little too fast, and that's why erring in line.
Interestingly, in this innings, we've seen 7 fours, no big hits. That shows how the wicket is behaving. When you're bowling slow, the wicket is holding up a bit, and there is a variation in the bounce as well.
Jaydev Unadkat 17 and 16. Chai has just walked in. All he needs to do is give company to his partner, his captain. He has the best man at the other end to guide him, and this pair should take them home, and they don't want to take it to the last over. We've seen funny things happen. Slower through the air this time, just taking the pace off it, checking his shot, and then Chaya gets a single.
Every ball that was bowled slowly or the pace varies, batsman is not comfortable. Even this ball, when you see the ball, the way it was holding up a bit, you know, batsman got his bat out before the ball could reach him, and that's the reason the ball popped after hitting the bat. Maybe this wicket has something to offer to the bowlers. So bowlers have something in this game. Till the last run is chased, I think they have to put in that effort.
Goes for the big hit. Has he got connection on this? Not really. Fielder coming underneath, it could be gone, and this is a huge wicket. Jaydev Unadkat departs, and it's Batham who strikes. He's done it last evening. He does it again as Unadkat wears a dejected look towards the dugout, and this is a huge breakthrough for the Lions.
And the boy with golden arm picks up the wicket. Rishi takes the catch. And this can very well be Parimatch News' cheerful moment for the bowling unit, and how well they have done it.
What a big break here for Sorath Lions. They have this habit of coming back into the game, and once again they've clawed their way back. Unadkat, a run of ball 17 for him. His body language spells the picture out here. 76 for 5 after 16. There is still a lot left in this match, let me tell you that. Sorath Lions defending 1-1-0 are very much in the contest at the moment. Kuldeep Raval was a star with the ball. 4 wickets for him early in the evening. Can he star with the bat? Pragyan. The pendulum keeps shifting from one side to the other.
And I guess this time the pendulum has shifted towards Sorath Lions, and it has been doing since last night.
Movement, edged and taken. Loud appeal, the umpire's unmoved. Everything happening out here, and he's not happy as well with the decision. Tarang Goyal believes that there was an edge, and so does the bowler and the fielders. And in the end, we get to see the umpire there.
Umpire was quite confident. It was a great appeal by Chirag Jani and Tarang, but oh, looked like it had taken the image. It looked very close to me. Very confident. Oh, Chirag Jani doesn't look happy here.
Some late movement there for Chirag Jani. Bhavesh Patel has had quite a match as an umpire. Jaydev Shah, the president of the Saurashtra Cricket Association, with his family. What a wonderful initiative undertaken by him. And some cute little faces as well. It's so nice to see the Shah family. And this was the last appeal over there. Umpire, look at Tarang Goyal. Oh my God! He was not appealing. He was begging. He was pleading. He was urging.
Do you think he was begging? He was angry. He was angry. He was confident. He knew. It looked out to me, and both bowler and the wicketkeeper were very confident. Can be a match-defining decision here.
That was quite an appeal. 33 from 21 at the moment. A wicket here. Chirag Jani has come in and produced some wonderful moments for his side. This time, digging it short, no position to pull that one.
Things are getting hotter here. This is what we were talking about. Looked very close to me. Yes, there was a slight deviation. Looked out to me. Look at that celebration. That comes when it's a genuine decision, or it's something which has actually happened.
Also, the batter looked back after the ball went to the wicket-keeper, Tarang Goyal. Jaydev Shah and his family in attendance as well. The architect, the brainchild behind all of this wonderful initiative. Slow through the air, change of pace.
Can't afford those extras. Should be bowling on the stumps. And the most important wicket that Gladiators lost, Jaydev Unnadkar's wicket. He's trying to get maximum out of that delivery, but could not time it well, could not send it out of the park.
So far this has been a top over by Chirag Jani. He's had his moments, a huge appeal, beaten the bat on many occasions, and all of it, it's the dot deliveries that's mounting pressure.
When you talk about pressure, look at the baby.
No pressure at all there.
He's just enjoying it, enjoying the breeze, enjoying being with the parent.
Spotted himself on the big screen there, little Shah. slashed hard on this occasion. That's a poor delivery. Work to do for the fielder at deep cover. He won't cut that off. Releases the pressure with a 4 on this occasion. Kuldeep Rawal to end the over. 17 gone. It's 82 for 5. Sorath Lions are not new to such situations. Last evening they had to defend 33 in 18 deliveries, and guess what we see? We see the moves at the SCA Stadium. Pragyan, how much would you rate this dance move out of 10?
This generation where you see people are influenced with social media platform, these young kids, older people, they just enjoy themselves. They just don't keep it inside, they just let it out, and that's so much fun. And we see Devang coming in, and he knows it's a very important over, and this is the boundary we're talking about. Chirag Jani, you cannot bowl these deliveries. There is a better expectation from you.
His first 5 deliveries had everything in it. Future Saurashtra cricketers enjoying what they're seeing in the middle, but Karamta, 28 needed in the last 18 deliveries. Everything to play for. Goes big. Falls short of the field at long off. Tension is reaching its crescendo out here, let me tell you. Anybody's game.
Absolutely, it's anybody's game at this moment. But if here Gladiators lose one more wicket, they will be under tremendous pressure.
Last evening, Kutch Warriors needed 33 of 18. Gladiators needed 28 of 18, now 27 of 17. And this is where you'll expect someone to turn up as hero tonight. Short and wide once again. That's slashed and slashed hard, and that will find the ropes as well. Kuldeep Rawal is playing a gem of an innings. He's walked in and he's dealing in boundaries. This is the Parimatch cheerful moment as well, and much to the benefit of the Gladiators.
Absolutely, did it with the ball, now doing it with the bat for his team. Loved it absolutely, the way he played that shot. Used the pace, placed it really well over the point. He knew there you cannot have a fielder there, and he got the maximum out of it. And there's some relief on the bench there.
Running the first run fast, they'll have to settle for 1. That's why the bowlers will have to be very disciplined with that length. They really can't earn in line at the moment. Chirag Jani understands the importance of a wicket over here. He's been wonderful with his captaincy all through. Again, it's a test of character for him.
Kuldeep must be thinking that, yes, I had a great game with the ball. Now the situation has come where he has a chance to become a hero with the bat as well, and we've seen that prior to this. Samar Gajjar doing that with the bat and the ball.
Inside edge, nicely kept by Tarang Goyal. They'll run a single. Very good cricket. You've got to capitalize on all the opportunities. Good all-round cricket. Showing up, Karamta. That's a rather more relieved dugout after that boundary.
The way they're sitting together, trying to encourage their batting unit, shows that they're desperate to win this game. They know the importance of winning this game. Other teams, they've lost 1-1, but if Gladiators win this, they may go to become the #1 side.
Oh, side the stumps, directed, that could have been out. That results in an overthrow and an extra run as well. What should have been a dot ball ends up being a single conceded, and the bowler's not impressed. Karamta is livid with Divya Raj. Now there was a realistic chance over there, yes, but the bowler had to be backing up on this occasion.
Realistically, it's very difficult for a fast bowler to back up because they have that follow through. He was upset with the fielder, and very rightfully, because he wanted that direct hit. They're desperate. Both the teams are desperate right now, and whoever makes less mistake will win.
Oh, he's been castled, going for glory on this occasion. Chaya misses out, and look at that celebration for Karamta. He wanted a wicket and he's got it for his side, and once again he's brought the Sorath Lions back into the game.
He's pumped up. You need some trigger, and that run out miss was a trigger, I guess. And this is what we're talking about. Great delivery, batsman trying to go hard at Devang, but inside edging it to the stumps, and he says, it's me who's going to win game for my team. And Jyot walks back for 5, 90 for 6.
Saurashtra makes his way to the middle. This after Karamta got that wicket in that last delivery of his last over. Chirag Jani to bowl the penultimate over and his final as well. Full played towards mid-wicket. They run the first run fast, looking for the second. Very good running. This is top-class cricket. And the best part is Rawal will remain on strike.
And Kuldeep has been trying really hard to do it for his team. And this is the wicket we're talking about, trying to go hard at Devang and got an inside edge, and see the way Devang is celebrating. I think it's mixture of celebration and the frustration which was related to the run out that the fielder missed very closely.
In the end, he'll have to thank the fielder for that extra run, and that's what brought Chai on strike. And he got a wicket as well. So all is well that ends well for the Lions. Chirag Jani, the captain, can he sneak in a wicket as well? Pile on the pressure. 92 for 6, 18 of 11. This over will decide the outcome largely. Rawal on strike has looked good so far. Looks for that big heave, a swing and a miss, a dot ball, make that 18 in 10. The tension is building up.
Yes, and you see the way they're discussing, look at the intensity. I think this is where you normally see both the batsmen discussing, but you see the keeper running to the captain and telling him what's happening and what they need to do. I think it's a very intense game, and the team, as I said, does less mistake will win. And so far,
slow one on this occasion as he found the gap. Fielder trying to cut it off. What an effort in the deep. Top class fielding. What looked like a certain four has been kept.
That's a great save. They ran two, but I think the umpires will have to check if it was inside the rope or had the fielder touched the boundary while saving the ball.
Sonu Batam there with that fielding effort. From this angle it looks good, but we'll need another angle to ascertain if his foot was touching the skirting.
He's looking safe to me, well within, and he's done a great job for his team. And this is what shows how desperate. Yes, the umpire signaling he's quite happy with what the fielder has done, and Chirag must be very happy with the effort that his boys are putting in tonight.
Pulls it, gets an inside edge. Lucky runs coming here for the Gladiators. Much needed for, you cannot set a field for that. Rawal is taking his chances, and he's fetched 4 runs for his side. 4 valuable runs, it's 12 of 8 now.
And I think it's Kuldeep's day today. Everything that he's doing is that happens to be his. Everything is going on in his favor tonight, clearly.
On any other day, that could have dragged on to the stumps. Chirag Jani knows it was a story of so close yet so far. Kuldeep lives to tell a story. 18 in 10 for him. Fuller this time smartly played towards mid-wicket. This could be close, a direct hit. Survives. He's riding on his luck tonight, Kuldeep.
He's taking his chances and luck is favoring him. It's quite evident. This was, oh my God, he was miles behind. You can see that disappointment in Chirag Jani's face. But at times, you must talk to yourself. You must say that you've put in a great effort and you're fighting till now. With that low total, you're making the opponent literally beg for their runs. And that is a great effort, I would say.
Never easy when you're aiming at one stump. Chirag Jani, will this final delivery be a wicket, a dot, a single or a boundary? Oh, he's picked that up towards the fine leg region. He'll keep it to a single, so the equation is fair and square. 10 needed of the final 6 deliveries, 19 gone, and the 100 is up as well. Quite a few matches lined up in the Parimatch News Saurashtra Premier League 2022. Super Tuesday, Kutch Warriors taking on Zalawad Royals. Kutch Warriors desperate for a win. Zalawad Royals looking very good, sitting pretty on top. This is going to be a very good contest. 6:45 PM IST, you can tune in and join us for this game as well. But at the moment, it's 10 needed in 6, and we are talking about the Sorath Lions taking on the Gohilwad Gladiators.
All boils down to Devang. He started the innings. Now he has to finish it for the Lions with a lion-hearted effort.
Just trying to be a little cheeky on that occasion, trying to improvise, trying to go for that scoop. And what he should be doing is take a single and put Raval on strike.
Yeah, that's what he should be doing. Looking to get the single, not trying to do something different, because Kuldeep has been striking the ball really well, and that's the reason why Tarang ran up to the bowler and said, make sure keep Sanandya on strike.
But this is going to mount pressure. Raval, 19 of 11, the more accomplished batter in the middle, is off strike. Sanandya needs to get a single. This time he finds the cover point fielder, and they're going for the second run.
That was a brave call. Shaurya going for the second. Maybe I thought he would have gone for single only, because as a batting unit you want your best batsman facing the last over, especially last 4 deliveries. I think here Kuldeep and Shaurya must have made a mistake. Kuldeep should have been on strike.
Wonderful delivery, just climbing on him, back of the length, and this is the problem. Raval remains stranded at the non-striker's end on 19. 3 deliveries have been used up, 8 needed.
Come on, lads, come on!
Edge of the seat action at the moment.
And it's very surprising. Shaurya is trying to play uppercut. And the bowler is coming over the wicket and angling the ball out. He should be having the third man back and shot and fine leg up, because if he plays the uppercut with point and shot third, he may get a boundary.
Oh, he's picked that and he's drilled it as well towards the cow corner region. He's got the distance and the elevation. This is what Shanandya can do, and that's why he's been on strike. He's picked that from outside off and dispatched it. This is the Parimatch news cheerful moment.
What a shot! That was surprising. It shows he's experienced and he's confident that he can deliver for his team when his team needs the most.
Well, stand and deliver, you can call that the cross-batted shot, but it's a six that has just come at the right time for the Gladiators, and look at the celebration as well. What a moment this has been.
And he's just undone all the good effort put in by the Lions. Heart of steel. Who knows? It's like you need 2 in 2. Are we smelling a super over here?
All 3 results possible from here on. I'll tell you what, Shanandya carries a reputation of pulling out matches from the dead in the Ranji Trophy as well for Saurashtra. He's been in this situation in the past and he's also conquered such situations, and not surprisingly, he found that big hit towards the cow corner region. Edge of the seat action, we are almost on our feet at the moment. 3 results possible, a win, a tie, or even a loss for the batting side.
And so is his partner, Kuldeep. Both have done this. They've been in this situation. They've delivered for their team, and that's the reason why I have to take back my word, because both the players were confident. That is the reason they ran 2, because Kuldeep knew Shaurya has the ability of hitting the ball out of the park.
What a delivery this is going to be. Oh, down the leg side, pressure, poor run, should not have gone for that. Just adding more drama. That was a wide. It's any which ways even scores now. But in the process, Shanandya has to depart. They've lacked the presence of mind. They had to go for it. It's a run out. Nevertheless, still very much for the Gladiators.
I think they've taken a good chance here. It was a wide delivery and very smart move, I would say, because they wouldn't lose anything. That was a wide. They got their run. Now in 2 deliveries, they'll be needing 1.
Turned out to be a super match, but are we heading into the super over? Not really at the moment. The Gladiators are ahead, but a needless run out. But that 6 by Shanandya clearly has won in the accolades as well.
1 in 2. Both the captains look animated. We saw Jaidev Unadkat talking something to his players, and now we see Chirag Jani trying to make his presence felt and trying to put the pressure. He doesn't want to give those single, but we have Sony in strike. Let's see what happens.
Everyone's on their feet, Pragyan. Kuldeep Raval.
Beg your pardon, it's Kuldeep on strike, and he has the reputation of finishing off games for his side, not only franchise cricket but also his state side.
Fielders up in the circle, you have a short cover, you have backward point, short third man, short square leg, short mid wicket, mid on as well up in the circle, mid off. Everyone inside the circle to stop that single.
What do you predict? Is it going to be a single, a boundary, or a 6?
I'm predicting a win at the moment. Come what may.
I know that. That's what they're going for eventually. But what would you like to see batsmen getting? Single, boundary, or a 6?
That's played towards covers in the gap, and that should be a single and victory as well for the Gladiators. They've held their nerves in a tense contest and they have gone home as well. This has been a very fine batting effort by Kuldeep. 4 wickets with the ball and then turning out to be a match winner. through a cameo. 20 and 12 celebrations for the Gladiators in the dugout and in the middle. They have pulled off a heist, and this 2 points will come in very handy as we reach the business end of the tournament.
A dramatic end to the game. And look at that celebration from the Gladiators. They're excited. And a piece of advice for the Lions: don't lose your heart. You have given your heart and soul here. You've just made a game out of a very low total, or a kind of dead rubber, you would say. 109, no ways was a target any team could defend, but the effort that Chirag Jani and his team put in was exceptional. They can put their heads high and plan for the next game. They will be confident. Don't lose your heart.
Oh, a gladiator-like performance for the Gohilwad boys, and at the same time, must really appreciate the effort put in by Chirag Jani and his team. They almost pulled off this game as well. Nevertheless, they won hearts tonight again for putting in a wonderful and a brave effort. But the Gladiators and their winning moment as well, just playing in towards covers, and they took off. And Kuldeep realized once he got towards the other end, it was victory for them, and 2 more points as well for the Gladiators.
It was out and out Kuldeep's day with the ball, with the bat, and the way these guys are celebrating, loved it. They held their nerves, made sure they took the game deep, and as the master of chase said, when you take the game deep, you put the pressure back on the bowling unit.
Happy faces here for the Gladiators. Jaydev Unatkar at the toss. He may have lost the toss, but he told he will win the match, and he did that as well. We'll take a look at the batting performance as well of the Gladiators. Vaghela 27 looked good, but then Jadeja and Prerak Mankad departed early, creating some kind of early jitters. But then Rishi Mehta 25 and Unatkar 17, their partnership was crucial. But Kuldeep Rawal, he's been the star this evening, batted at a strike rate of 166, 20 and 12, and he's the reason why they got across the finishing line. 110 for 7 is what they got, and they got 2 points, and much needed win as well in context to the tournament and their progress to the final 2.
This has been the story with the partnership. Vaghela and Mehta, they put on a 51 runs partnership, and that was very crucial. After that, we saw there was a small partnership between Jaydev and Chaya, but the most important partnership that we're talking about was Kuldeep and Shaurya. That 19 runs, that made sure they reach home safely.
Just the right time to go down to Medona. She's with someone special there by the sidelines.
Everyone in the stadium was up on their seats. What an exciting encounter, and especially the last over. And right now in conversation with Saurya Sanandya, who changed the momentum of the game. Kya chakka mara aapne yaar when the team needed it the most?
मैंने सोचा था एक बॉल सिर्फ छक्का मारना है, कनेक्ट करना है, अपने आप मैच बदल जाएगा. 2 बॉल डॉट गए थे तो मुझे कोई टेंशन नहीं था. मैं एक बॉल के लिए रेडी था कि एक आया और छक्का मारा, मैच फिनिश, जीत जाएंगे हम लोग.
प्रेशर सिचुएशन में टेंशन नहीं था?
नहीं, टेंशन नहीं था. मुझे पता था कि मैं एक तो मार ही दूंगा. मुझे कॉन्फिडेंस था. 2 बॉल डॉट जाने के बाद भी मैं कूल डाउन रहा. मैंने सोचा कि एक बॉल का चीज है, एक बॉल में छक्का आ जाएगा, मैच खत्म.
That brilliance coming from a great player. और बॉल के साथ भी आपने बड़ा कमाल किया, बहुत बड़े विकेट्स उठाए आज.
हाँ, बॉलिंग में तो मैं एक ज़्यादा एक्सपीरियंस नहीं करता हूँ. मैं अपने एरिया है उधर हिट करता रहता हूँ ज़्यादातर. और मुझे पता था कि सामने वाली टीम 2 ओपनर थे, कैसे खेलते हैं. वो मेरे साथ एकेडमी में खेलते हैं, तो मुझे पता है कि वो कैसे खेलते हैं, उसको कैसे आउट करना है, वो मुझे आइडिया था इसलिए.
और बैक टू बैक विंस फॉर द ग्लैडिएटर्स. पॉइंट्स टेबल पे बड़े मजे हो रहे हैं आप सबके.
अभी 2 मैच जीते हैं तो और एक जीतना ज़रूरी है. वो भी पॉइंट टेबल अभी तक तो ऐसा नहीं है क्लियर. अभी देखते हैं, अभी एक मैच और जीतना है हमें, फिर हमारा कॉन्फिडेंस ज़्यादा होगा.
लेकिन आज लायंस को आपने कर दिया ऑल क्लियर. थैंक यू सो मच. एंजॉय योर विन. ओवर टू द कमेंटेटर्स.
No, thank you, Medona. Clean slate here for the Gladiators. 2 and 2 for them, 4 points. Take a look at the bowling card. Chirag Jani 1 for 21. Karamta clearly added some hopes there for the side. 2 for 25 for him. A wicket apiece for Batam Patel and Chauhan. Just falling short on this occasion, but what a match it turned out to be. Went down to the final delivery. A quick confirmation Gohilwad Gladiators winning by 3 wickets. Sorath Lions winning the toss, batting first. Put on 109. It was a very ordinary batting display. Patel 23, Jani 20, and Goel missed out this evening. 14 for him. Vagela 27 was the highest scorer for them. And this is how the points tables now looks like. 3 matches for Zalawad Royals. Remember, each team plays 4 games in the league stage, and the top 2 progress to the finals. They have a net run rate of .949. Gohilwad Gladiators, they have a game to play, so they have 4 points for them as well. Sorath Lions missing out tonight. Halar Heroes will have to really bat out their skins and play out their skins to make it ahead. For the moment, though, we'll head into a short break, but when we come back, we'll get you the presentation. What a match we've just witnessed at the Saurashtra Cricket Stadium here at Rajkot. And it's the Gohilwad Gladiators who've emerged victorious. An all-round performance by Kuldeep Rawal. 4 for 14 with the ball and 20 not out with the bat to see his team through and get them the 2 more points that they've been looking for. They have a clean slate and they go past Sorath Lions, who lose this game, but they'll have to come back strong to remain in the tournament. Just the right time to head across to Charu Sharma, who's with the presentation party.
What a truly fabulous finish. We've seen everything in the Parimatch News SPL Season 2 so far. Some big scores, some low scores, some wonderful bowling performances, great batting performances. But what we were missing was this fabulous, thrilling, exciting finish. And tonight, we got that too. A truly lion-hearted effort by the Sorath Lions, trying to defend only 109. And of course, a gladiatorial contest there, put in by the Gohilwad Gladiators, who are 2 out of 2. and leading the race. A big thank you first to all those who made it here to the SCA from Rajkot. Hope you enjoyed that match. How could you not have? And of course, some thanks due to those who made this tournament happen. On behalf of the SCA, we'd like to thank all the sponsors of the Parimatch News SPL Season 2. Parimatch News, Level Up 11, VU Sports, special partners Canara Bank, State Bank of India and Indian Bank. And of course, Parimatch News SPL Season 2 would also like to thank the BCCI and all government organizations who were involved in the smooth conduct of the match. A quick introduction now to my presentation party. To my right first, from Level Up 11, Mr. Anirudh Chauhan. Hope you enjoyed that match, Anirudh. To his right, Mr. Mahesh Kotecha, Apex Council member SCA. And to his right, Mr. Rajendra Sanghvi, senior member of the SCA. Let's get to the awards. The first one is the Level Up 11 Fantasy King of the Match. Mr. Anirudh Chauhan will hand over a check for 15,000 as well as a trophy. And for 171 points, that's massive. Kuldeep Rawal wins that award for his record-breaking performance with the ball today. Congratulations, Kuldeep. Bahut maza aaya. 4 for 14, a new record for the best analysis for a bowler in the tournament. Let's move on now to our Parimatch News Man of the Match. Well, we tried very hard to separate the two best performers, but we couldn't. So the award for a change, which is rare, is shared. Mr. Mahesh Kotecha and Mr. Rajendra Sanghvi will give the check of $25,000, said dollars, rupees, and that will be equally shared somehow in their bank account by the same man who took 4 wickets and scored 20, Kuldeep Rawal, but he will be joined by Saurya Shanandia, who also took 3 wickets and scored a critical 9 runs towards the end. Congratulations to you both. पहले तो सिर्फ एक से बात करना था, अब दोनों से. So, Kuldeep, Shaurya, please join me. Congratulations. आइए. Kuldeep, you first, closer to me. I really enjoyed your comment जब आप पहले मैडोना से बात कर रहे थे कि ये तो हम 15 ओवर में ले लेंगे, लेकिन थोड़ा सा और टाइम लगा.
ऑब्वियसली शुरुआत हमारी अच्छी नहीं हुई, लेकिन फिर अच्छी पार्टनरशिप हो गई और लास्ट में हम दोनों ने फेस किया तो बहुत अच्छा लगा.
देखिए, अब ये थोड़ा सा गड़बड़ हो गया क्योंकि 4 for 14 फैबुलस, लेकिन जो आपने 20 रन बनाए वो भी बहुत ज़रूरी रन थे. Which do you value more?
जब मैं बैटिंग में गया तब 24 बॉल में 35 रन था और मैं अपनी स्ट्रेंथ को बैक कर रहा था कि मैं अगर लास्ट तक खेलूंगा ना तो मैं जिता दूंगा मैच, और देखा आपने क्या वही किया. मैंने
बहुत बढ़िया, लेकिन आपने मेरे सवाल का जवाब नहीं दिया. कोई बात नहीं. Sorry, move on in. 3 wickets today and also that big 6 in the end. Which did you enjoy more?
पहले तो मैंने सोचा था कि मैं और कुलदीप रावल अच्छा खेल रहे थे, तो मैंने सोचा कि हम दोनों खेल जाएंगे तो अपने आप रन बन जाएंगे, और मैं एक बॉल की वेट कर रहा था, वही मैं छक्का मारना था और मैच फिनिश था.
लेकिन बीच में बहुत नर्वस जरूर हो गया आप भी और पूरी टीम की, यार ये तो शायद आज गया.
थोड़ा मोमेंटम हमारा वो हो गया था. फिर बाद में हमें पता था कि हमारे पीछे वाले बैट्समैन में रावल, बीच में वो जो थे कि वो बाद में फिनिश कर सकते थे. हमें आइडिया था कि हम कर देंगे, हमें कोई टेंशन नहीं था, इसलिए
बड़ा मजा आया हम सबको. आपको भी आया होगा. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What a fantastic performance by the Gohilwad Gladiators. And they, of course, top the league now. 2 wins from 2 matches. The one today, very, very thrilling, nail-biting. Big thank you to the presentation party. That's all from the presentation arena. Back to the commentary box for finishing up. What a fantastic night has been.
Indeed, what a match we witnessed. What a catch to begin with. Tarang Goyal, they're getting that early catch. And all of a sudden, looked like the Sorath Lions were clawing their way back into the game. Some wonderful catching. Early wickets, Vagila though fought a lone battle, and he made good use of the restrictions in place. Some very, very exquisite drives, pushes. This one pulling it ahead of the wicket towards the mid-wicket region. Good use of the feet as well. It was a very fine batting effort early on by the Gladiators. Yes, they had a small target to chase, but there were always tense moments. This one as well, a very good delivery coming in. And just when it looked like the pressure was on the batting side, well, they released it with some big hits. Another wicket going down on this occasion as both teams were in the contest. Then Jaydev Unadkat came in and looked to play some wonderful shots before he departed after being caught in the deep, getting the toe end of the bat on this occasion. But in the end, it was the Gladiators who held their nerves, and Kuldeep Rawal came in and played some wonderful shots. However, it was Karamta, who got a few wickets. This was the turning point. Kuldeep getting an inside edge of Chirag Jani in the tense moments, and this left a lasting impression in everyone's mind. Shanundia finding the big six, and by then the game was pretty much into the pocket of the Gladiators. This was a needless run out in the end, and this single getting the 2 points for the Gladiators as they maintained a clean slate in SPL Season 2. What a performance by them. Kuldeep and Shanundia adding the finishing touches here for the Gladiators. No wonder the Royals at the moment still ruling the roost with 4 points at a better nut run rate, and Gohilwad Gladiators now have moved to number 2 as well with 4 in 2 games. Sorath Lions at number 3 and Kutch Warriors at the bottom. Quick reminder, we have a match lined up tomorrow as well. Super Tuesday, Kutch Warriors, who are at the bottom of the table, will have to go on really well against the Zalawad Royals, the table toppers. 6:45 IST. We look forward to your company. Until then, from all of us out here, it's goodbye and good night. Thank you for tuning in.
सौराष्ट्र के इन मैदानों में इस जंग के ऐलानों में हर तरफ यहाँ अब शोर चले, देखेंगे किसका जोर चले, देखेंगे किसका जोर चले। निकले हैं